practice. Logan Hughes, John Legrande, and Kuyo Eloy make up the outfield from left to right. Brayden Holcomb is at third. Cade Lewis is at first with Riker Waite and Ryan Cooney up the middle. Campbell Smithwick is doing the catching for Nate Wysong. And Ryan McKay, we mentioned that he is leading off for Hyannis in this ball game. McKay, for a while there, had the best ERA in the entire league. It felt like a good 2 weeks, but then he had a little bit of a cold stretch. His 2 games before yesterday went 0 for 8, and then went a perfect 3 for 3 yesterday against YD to bring his old form back to life. He's going to try to give Hyannis a good start in this ball game. As we heard Mitch Carricker say, it was needed to take down this Braves team. Hyannis and Bourne ready as Wysong rocks and fires. Foul ball down the left side, and we're underway. Starting 12 minutes late. First pitch coming at 6:12 due to a little sprinkler issue. Had to take a break to let the infield and outfield grass dry a little bit. McKay takes upstairs. A fastball misses high. It's 1-1.
And the surprising thing about yesterday for Ryan McKay, Graham, not that he got a lot of hits because he's done that very much this season, but also his second perfect performance. He went 3 for 3 on June 22nd against Chatham.
McKay's 1-1. Check swing away. 2 balls and 1 strike. They check over for third base umpire. Ryan DeMare says he did not go around. Joe Gravina is behind home plate, and Joe LaBella is over at first, making up the umpiring crew. It's a 2-1 count for Ryan McKay. Drew 2 walks yesterday. It was his first time this season drawing multiple walks in a showing. As he's well late to a fastball, count goes to 2-2. But very unexpected, the fact that that's only the first time that he's drawn multiple walks in a ball game, because he drew a team best 36 walks for Michigan State in this 2025 collegiate baseball season. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Wysong blows it right by McKay for a first out of the ball game.
He went right back to that fastball. He read the swing on the pitch prior. Wysong saw that he had McKay late, and that up and away corner goes right back to it.
Also something we've seen a bit from Ryan McKay, in addition to his great hitting, in that 0 for 8 stretch on the 12th and 13th, struck out 3 times, all of them swinging.
Brings up Jake Schaffner to the plate. Schaffner got a hit yesterday, 1 for 5 against YD, scored an important run. In the 9th against YD. A leadoff triple. It was his first triple of the season, his 3rd extra base hit. He's well late to the 1-1, and that fastball is doing damage.
You don't always see Schaffner climb the ladder like he did right there and chase a pitch high, but it looks like that's a really good at least release point from Wysong. You know, it's got a firm grip, so it's able to stay high in that part of the zone.
Schaffner's 1-1 is away. Schaffner was working a 7-game on-base streak before going hitless and walkless against Katuitt on the 13th. His 2-1, right down the pipe for strike 2. That time Wysong switching up the speeds a little bit, going to a breaking ball. He punched out McKay with a 2-2 fastball that he couldn't catch up with. His 2-2 to Schaffner is an off-speed outside. Schaffner hasn't worked a walk since the 12th against Wareham. He's got 7 walks total this summer. The payoff pitch, ripped down the right field side and right into the glove of Cade Lewis, the first baseman.
It's an unfortunate break for Jake Schaffner. That is ripped down the first base side. Good stretch for Cade Lewis. That's probably extra bases if it gets by. And a runner in scoring position potentially for Jace Adobe.
2 up, 2 down for Nate Wysong in his first start of the Cape League summer. His 6th appearance. And he's facing another red-hot player in Jace Doby. Doby takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Dobie only playing in his second game for Hyannis, but it doesn't get much better than the first that he had. He went 4 for 4 and drew a walk. Was not retired by the Red Sox. His 0-1. He's late. And the count runs to 0-2.
Goes back to that high fastball. He's keeping a lot of hitters tardy on that part of the strike zone with the heater.
Dobie did not face many 0-2 counts yesterday. Here's his first. Swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down for Nate Wysong. And the left-hander off to a rapid start. We're heading to the bottom of the first.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here's the batting order for the Bourne Braves. Bottom of the first in a 0-0 ball game here at Doran Park. John LeGrande leads off with Logan Hughes and Kuhio Aloy following up. Then Cade Lewis, Braden Holcomb, and Camden Koziel make up the middle 3. Campbell Smithwick, Ryan Cooney, and Riker Waite round out the starting 9. They face Max Stamell, who, like Bourne starting pitcher Nate Wysong, is making his first start of the season, but his 4th appearance, Gio.
Yeah, got in after a 93-minute lightning delay, tagged with the loss grant because he didn't think he was going to get in, as he told me the other day, following that loss. Goes 2 2/3 innings, a couple hits, 4 runs allowed, 4 strikeouts, but also 4 walks. So that those free passes continue to come back for Hyannis, and making that first start, Stamell's on his way to Virginia. The Dallas native following his former head coach at Duke, Chris Pollard, hired by the Cavaliers after Brian O'Connor left for Mississippi State. He joins a fellow former Blue Devils at UVA, among them Kyle Johnson, who's with Orleans. Noah Murray was supposed to come to Hyannis. With the transfer, he decided not to come to the Cape. So Max Stamell getting another opportunity to show what he's got here on the Cape.
And Stamell, that 2 2/3 with a loss. That was against this Bourne team after that rain delay that you mentioned, Gio. The defense behind Stamell from left to right in the outfield. Jeff Lugie, Owen Prince, and Sawyer Black. Same for in the infield. Jake Schaffner, Charlie Bates, Ryan McKay, and Jace Dobie with Dayton LaChance doing the catching for the first time this summer for Hyannis. John LeGrande is going to lead things off for Bourne. LeGrande, a .299 average this season, one of the best hitters for the Braves. And as you might expect, he's leading off. First pitch from Stamell, hit the other way. A diving Schaffner gets a glove on it. His throw just in time. All-star play from Schaffner, and there's one away in the bottom of the first.
Well, how about that for a recovery? Schaffner didn't get a clean glove on that at first, and LeGrande, the leadoff man, he's got some speed. And Schaffner throwing it from his knees. That's pretty impressive to get that string across the diamond.
Schaffner's been moved all around the infield. He's been at third. He's been at short. They just kind of keep putting him where they need him, and he produces pretty much day in and day out. He's made a couple errors, but for the most part, it's been pretty clean.
They say if you could play shortstop, you can play pretty much anywhere in the diamond. I asked him, and he agrees. Of course, not a catcher.
Logan Hughes takes a ball away on a breaking pitch. Hughes did play in that absolute marathon back in Hyannis on the 8th. He went 2 for 5, came across home plate, struck out twice. His second pitch, a fastball high, 2 balls and no strikes. Hughes also played the first time that these two teams faced off here at Doran Park. Went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. His 2-0. Just misses inside. And this has been something that has plagued Hyannis starters and Hyannis pitchers in general, is going down early in counts. This one of the highest we've seen, 3-0. Right down the middle for a strike.
Certainly the Achilles heel for Thomas Crabtree last night, along with 3 ball counts in particular. Didn't walk anybody, to be specific. But for Crabtree, it really came where YD took some very clutch swings at very opportune times.
Stamell's 3-1. Breaking ball misses low, 5-pitch walk. Well, we said that in yesterday's ball game, Thomas Crabtree, the starter for Hyannis, only walked 1, although he let 3 home. To face a second batter and allow a walk, it's looking like more of the same for Mitch Carricker's squad. Brings up Kuyo Aloy. Aloy with a team best 366 batting average. First pitch takes outside for a ball. Aloy went 1 for 4 with 2 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts in the ball game against Hyannis back on the 8th. 6 plate appearances for him in that marathon. Is 1-0. Misses outside. And it seems like Max Stamell can't really buy strike right now.
No, and if he's struggling to find it with the fastball, that's going to be a really tough place to dig yourself out of.
Stamell fires. Popped up, out of play, foul. And just stays in the ballpark. Lucky fan goes away with a souvenir.
Lloyd still yet to ground into a double play here. But we've been seeing him go up in the zone. Could be seeing that change right here on this pitch.
Stamell has really missed his spots early on. See if he can lock in here. Is 2-1. Low in the zone, called for a strike on a breaking ball.
Yeah, that's the slider from coast to coast. Starts it on the outside corner, comes right back on the inside. That's a beautiful pitch, especially from the sidearm motion.
I was going to say it's a deadly pitch, too, because of that release point. He's going to face a couple lefties coming up as well. His 2-2. Hit to the left side. Charlie Bates at short, gets the out at second. The throw to first in time for a double play. Logan Hughes works a walk, but an inning-ending double play keeps it 0-0 heading into the top of the second.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 ball game here at Doran Park. Both pitchers facing the minimum their first times up. For Wysong, it was a healthy dose of strikes. Struck out Ryan McKay and Jace Doby, 2 guys who had picture-perfect days yesterday. Neither were retired by the YD Red Sox. And Max, it was the fastball that was really getting past Hyannis bats.
Yeah, and that was kind of a surprise considering the Harbor Hawks are a fastball hitting team. They're tied with Katuitt for the best average in all of the Cape League. And, of course, that's a result of being able to hit the heater. Most guys #1. So, obviously, probably just a paradoxical one yesterday, but we'll see tonight.
Nearly 2/3 of Hyannis' hits this season have been on fastballs, as Gabe Camacho is going to step into the lefty's box for the first time. Wysong a righty, and there are quite a few lefties in this Hyannis batting order, as there has been all season long. 3 of the first 4 batters are left-handers. Gabe Camacho takes outside for ball 1. Camacho coming off a 1-for-4 day against YD. That one hit was a double. He also drew a walk. This is 1-0. Late to a fastball. Camacho did play against Bourne the last time these two teams faced off on the 8th. Went 1-for-5, struck out twice, and got hit by a pitch. His strikeout numbers are kind of what's been plaguing him, but not as of late. Fly ball down the left side, curling away from Logan Hughes in left, but he's there to make the catch. 1 out.
Camacho's got incredible power, as we've seen and said time and time again from him. It's mostly come up in batting practice. Those are the only home runs he's hit here on the Cape. Really hard to leave this ballpark, especially to the deep outfield. We saw a couple of balls in that first game these two teams played here on June 19th that looked like home runs but bounced ahead of the wall for ground rule doubles.
Jeff Lugie steps into the lefty's box with 1 out on the scoreboard.
Sprinklers flashed on mid-pitch, it looked like.
Were you looking down at your
I was
scorebook?
looking down at the scorebook.
Okay, I was like, whoa, Graham, you didn't notice that?
I heard everyone go crazy, and I'm like, what went wrong?
Basically, all the sprinklers just popped up at the exact same time, sprayed some water for like 2 seconds, and went right back down.
There we go. We had a 12-minute delay.
In this heat, gotta feel pretty nice.
First pitch now to Lugie. And he takes low and away for ball 1. We talked yesterday about how Camacho, he only got 1 hit, but he was smashing it as the sprinklers come back on briefly. Every pitch, pretty much, every first pitch of an at-bat, he pulled it, and it was absolutely roped, but he was just a little bit ahead. 1-0 to Lugie. Down in the dirt, ball 2. Lugie has quietly put together one of the best stretches of baseball for this Hyannis team. He's got a .325 batting average, always hitting in the middle of the order, trying to give the bottom half a little juice. This 2-0 is low in the zone again. He swings right through it. Lugie's working a 6-game hit streak and an 8-game on-base streak with 3 multi-hit performances. One out on the scoreboard. The 2-1 pitch. Down in the dirt again, 3 balls and 1 strike.
And for Lugie, yesterday's off day broke a bit of a consecutive games played streak for him and played in every game from July 3rd to July 13th.
We'll see if that messes with his momentum. He's ahead 3-1. Taken inside, ball 4. 5-pitch walk, and Hyannis has its first base runner.
We talked 12 walks and 11 innings pitched for Nate Weissong coming in. And in that at-bat, while Lugie did chase the 2-0, he didn't throw a single strike at least. That would have been a strike if taken. So a little bit of wildness here in the second inning.
Here's Dayton LaChance. LaChance playing in his first game for Hyannis this season. Rips the first pitch left side. It's going to fall in front of Logan Hughes. Lugie gets the stop sign at second. Base runners get 1 base each. And now there's a man in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks.
How about a couple of these newcomers? We mentioned Jace Doby's hot start yesterday. And after a strikeout in the first inning for him, Dayton LaChance picks it right up with a single. The first ball he sees on Cape Cod.
Sometimes all it takes is a little fresh blood to get things moving for a team. Charlie Bates takes outside on a off speed for ball 1. Charlie Bates has been that guy who is really giving more fire to this Hyannis team. He's got a .250 average, but what that doesn't show is a 7-game on base streak that he's currently on. Lugie dancing over at second. Weissong delivers, and Bates fouls off a fastball straight behind him.
Sprinklers continue to go on and off. Ryan DeMare, the third base umpire, just got a healthy dose of water.
It comes on for just a split second. I know because I've missed it a couple times already. The 1-1 to Bates. Off speed misses away.
That changeup's still looking really good.
You said after Schaffner's at bat that you liked it. The changeup looked healthy. It's got some really nice arm side movement. Tails away from these left-handed hitters. 1 out, 2 on. The 2-1. Catches the outside edge. Bates not happy. It's 2-2 as the sprinklers pop back on.
And right back on Joe Demare. He just got splattered. That's got to be a tough position for him.
Charlie Bates went hitless yesterday against YD, 0 for 2, but drew 3 walks. Broke a 6-game hit streak that he had working. His 2-2. Away, ball 3. The changeup looks healthy, but it hasn't located yet.
Yeah, I think he's still yet to throw one for a strike.
The payoff pitch. Low in the zone, and it's foul tipped for strike 3. The high heater retired McKay and Jace Doby. The low one got Charlie Bates.
And that's a swing we've seen from him very recently. I mean, when you have 6 games in a row with a hit broken up last night, 7 games in a row reaching base after a 1 for 19 stretch in the middle of the summer, Graham, those are the kinds of swings you'll take if you're Charlie Bates and you have your swagger back.
2 outs in the inning now, still 2 on, and Sawyer Black takes a ball outside on a heater. Sawyer Black, he's had a roller coaster start. Started his Cape League season back on July 4th at YD. Worked a 2-game hit streak, then went hitless, then went 1 for 3 against Falmouth. And it's been back and forth ever since. The 1-0's up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And he's another guy where it seems like the inconsistency of being pulled in and out of the lineup hasn't really helped. He's done well when he's gotten consistent starts. But right now, that's hard to come by for Hyannis as Mitch Carricker's trying to find a rotation that sticks. 2-0 inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Black drew 3 walks through his first 3 games, hasn't had one since. He's trying to load the bases for Hyannis in the second inning. Here's the 3-0. Catches the lower half of the zone for a strike.
That's still a really good take from Sawyer Black, one he's okay with, given the fact that he hasn't worked a walk in a while, Graham. I imagine he's going a little conservative coming into this at-bat to load the bases.
Check over the runner at second, and Luigi slides back in safely. Well, this was a similar count, a similar situation that Charlie Bates was in, and he went down swinging. Foul tipped one right back into the glove of Smithwick. Wysong trying to deliver a second straight clean inning. The 3-1, down in the dirt, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Hyannis. 2 of those bases given via the walk.
And this is what Hyannis couldn't do yesterday, capitalize on free passes. So a lot of built-up frustration coming up into this at-bat as Owen Prince makes his debut.
Owen Prince hitting in the 9 spot as we're going to have a meeting of the minds on the mound for Bourne. Hyannis, this is the second game in a row where they have loaded the bases in the first 3 innings. They did it yesterday in the bottom of the first. Ryan McKay roped a double. Jace Doby walked. And then Camacho doubled as well. And they could only bring 1 around. It's been a struggle for them as the sprinklers come back on yet again to get that big hit and clear the bases. Owen Prince making his debut. Left-hander, rising senior at Virginia Military Institute. Coming from the Martinsville Mustangs in the Coastal Plains League. He takes a strike, fastball up in the zone.
Wouldn't be the first time, Graham, we've seen a fast start from a newcomer in their first at-bat. Devin Mitchell against Orleans the other day with a home run in his first at-bat. It'd be an opportune time for one here.
His 0-1 fouled straight back. He chokes up quite a ways on the bat. Normally you see that with maybe a 2-strike approach, but he's going with it from the get-go.
Well, a guy like that who knows that he's not a power hitter, there's no need sometimes to use the entire bat if you're just trying to get good bat to ball.
A single could bring home 2 runners, 2 outs in the inning. The 0-2 chopped right back up the middle, charging in shortstop. Wait goes to first and gets the 3rd out. Hyannis loads the bases and comes up empty. Nate Wysong keeps it clean heading into the bottom of the second.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Bottom of the second inning, 0-0 ball game through 3 frames. And the Bourne Braves going to try to get right back on their horse against Max Stamell, who's still on the mound for Hyannis, making his first start of the Cape League season. Stamell walked Logan Hughes back in the first, but then got Kuhio Aloy, the best batter on this Braves team, to ground into a double play, and all he did was face the minimum. He goes against Cade Lewis, Braden Holcomb, and Camden Koziel guaranteed in this inning. And as you pointed out, Gio, he's got an interesting slider. Comes in a lot slower than some we've seen. Might be a little mix of a slider and a curve.
Yeah, not quite to MLB sliders for most of these college guys. In MLB, you'll see guys go 89, 92 with that slider. Stamell's at 75, 77. More the speed, rather, you see with a curveball from some of these college pitchers. He does have a changeup that's faster than that, 78 to 82. And Stamell probably right the low end of that average range, Max, as we see most sliders come in the low 80s.
Lewis a lefty. There's only 3 right-handers on this Bourne Braves lineup. 1 switch hitter in the 9 spot in Riker Waite. And so the changeup for Stamell may not be used as much. Like that changeup going up against opposite-handed hitters, you can kind of move it away from them arm side. Cade Lewis takes a ball on that slow slider. 1-0 count. That was something else that Stamell faced a lot of, was going down early in counts. We saw him go down 3-0 to Logan Hughes, deliver a 5-pitch walk. His 1-0 catches for a strike. And it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but getting ahead in a count can be massive, if anything, just for confidence, being able to pitch what you want. The 1-1, low in the dirt, ball 2.
It changes everything, not only the statistical aspect. Of course, hitters jumping ahead in counts, their batting averages will go up over 100 points in some situations, but you also just take the pressure off yourself if you're not falling behind.
2-1, pulled down the right side. Ryan McKay, the second baseman, gets the first out of the inning. The infield has been busy for Hyannis. 3 of the 3 outs for the Harbor Hawks have all been kept in the infield. The Braves still yet to put one into the outfield grass, which is very different from the first time these two teams played here at Dorn Park, where we had a couple ground rule doubles early on. Safe to say I haven't seen 2 ground rule doubles through the first inning before, but that's exactly what we got here at Dorn Park just about a month ago now. Righty Braden Holcomb takes a strike. Stamell, through his first 3 relief appearances, through 150 pitches, only 54% of those were strikes. His 0-1 catches as well on the inside corner. He's ahead 0-2, and right as I mentioned, his struggles with finding the zone, he's really locating. He's hitting that 50% mark right now as well. One out, bottom of the second. 0-0 ball game. The 0-2 just misses outside, but Dayton LaChance liked the pitch. This is Dayton LeChance's first ball game catching for Hyannis. We talk a lot about catcher-pitcher relationships, and LeChance pretty much just got here, so very little time for him to establish a relationship with the pitchers. 1-2 breaking ball fouled straight down into the dirt. But that's as important as having your good stuff on a day, is having a good relationship with a catcher.
And he's going to be learning tendencies, how Max Stamell pitches, his emotions as the night wears on, and that's just kind of the reality of summer ball, especially on the Cape. Guys coming in, guys going out. It's really new for everybody.
Stamell only made one start with Duke in 2025, 17 relief appearances. Trying to keep his first start for Hyannis clean. 1-2 outside. Level count. In that season with Duke, he had a 4.09 ERA, third best of relief pitchers. 22 innings pitched. Walked 12, struck out 25, a whip just below 1.5. 2-2, crushed, but down the right side and foul. Two straight foul balls for Braden Holcomb. He went down 0-2, is working his way back. We saw Thomas Crabtree give Hyannis a really good start yesterday. 4 innings, allowed 3 runs, but Hyannis bats kept up with that. And the relief pitchers couldn't close it down. The 2-2 swung on and missed. 2 away. And although the velocity isn't there, the control and the movement is quite good for Max Stamell.
It seems like an elusive first strikeout, Graham, to come now 5 batters in, rather, because of the stuff he's had so far. Induced ground ball contact in a couple of 2-strike counts, but walked Logan Hughes on a couple of pitches that he probably thought clipped some parts of the plate, just didn't get the calls.
Camden Koziel going to try to keep the inning alive, but he struggled. A 133 average over 7 games, only his 8th played for Bourne. He takes a strike. Koziel has not played, or did play against Hyannis as he grounds one straight into the grass. Ryan McKay records his second out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Max Stamell has faced the minimum in both of his first 2 innings, 0-0 at Doran Park.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Top of the 3rd inning here at Doran Park. And the last 2 times that these teams have faced, it was an offensive race in the first couple innings. Hyannis jumped out to an early lead, scoring 3 in the first innings on 4 hits against Bourne the first time they played back in June. The second time, Hyannis scored 5 runs through the first 5 innings. Bourne scored 3. But so far in this ball game, it's been the pitching that has really showed out. Both teams yet to allow a run. It's 0-0, but Hyannis had a lot of chances back in the second. They just couldn't convert.
Yeah, loaded the bases against Nate Wysong, like you said, Graham. It's just get a key ground out from Owen Prince that decisively ends the inning, and a lot of aggression as well at the plate. Not necessarily like we've seen Hyannis do that this season. A lot of first pitch swinging, especially from Matt Miro, who's now with the St. Louis Cardinals. But we saw Charlie Bates be in attack mode on a low pitch that struck him out, and we'll see if that aggression carries over the second time through the order.
Ryan McKay is going to lead off the 3rd inning for Hyannis. Struck out his first time up to the plate against Wysong. And he takes a breaking ball outside. Both of the 2 times that these teams have pitched, there have been a lot of walks. Hyannis drew 9 walks at Doran Park, and then 10 walks at McKeon Park. But the pitching also allowed 10 walks for Hyannis at McKeon Park. 1-0. Inside, McKay scoots out of the way, 2 balls and no strikes. Already 2 walks for Bourne tonight. So that just kind of seems to be a theme for these 2 teams when they play.
Yeah, Wysong could be a little wild. Why he's got a good fastball, isn't locating like he'd like it.
2-0. Outside, 3 straight balls to Ryan McKay.
That brings us back to our conversation about uncompetitive misses. And as the leadoff man, he's going to be taken all the way on this pitch.
3-0 to McKay. Taken for a strike on the bottom half of the zone. Hyannis, they've drawn the 4th most walks in the Cape League this season with 113. Good number of those, however, coming from June and not July. 3-1 inside, and McKay has the 3rd walk of the ball game. Well, we've seen how willing these players for Hyannis from top to bottom are to take walks. McKay, no exception.
And we mentioned, Graham, his first time up before he struck out, that he hasn't worked a ton of walks here on Cape Cod after leading Michigan State with nearly 50 walks a spring ago. And that's what you needed to turn a slump around. Guys to do things that maybe haven't done in a while.
Jake Schaffner takes a fastball inside for a strike. Mentioned the walk numbers. 41 walks in July for Hyannis. That's 2nd to worst in the Cape League. Back in June, they drew 72 walks, which was best in the Cape League. Check over at McKay. He slides in safely. That is a big, big difference. 30 walk difference. And we're playing now the 13th ball game of July. There were 13th in the month of June.
And you can see the difference in the win-loss column as well.
Another check over at McKay. He's safe again.
From first in the West Division firmly at one point by as many as 4 points. Now, not only has Falmouth overtaken them, but Wareham leads the division, and Hyannis is as low as it's been all season in 4th.
Hyannis, 8-4-1 record in June, 2-8-2 record in July. The 0-1 to Schaffner, up and away, ball 1. And with that, in June, they were 4-1 against West Division opponents, now 1-4 against West Division opponents. They've really slipped in that column. They didn't have much success against the East in June. Still, same is true. As runner goes, Schaffner's late. Strike 2, the throw down. Not in time, and it falls out of the glove of Riker Waite. Ryan McKay steals an important base for Hyannis as they look to get their first run.
Yeah, there's number 5 on the season for McKay, and he's been really aggressive on the base pass. And this time it works out to their advantage, getting a runner in scoring position.
Maybe the one thing you can tag McKay for last night with a perfect 2-for-3 performance is the fact that he was caught along the base pass in a key inning after he walked.
1-2 to Schaffner. Upstairs. Count levels at 2. And that's another big thing that Hyannis has been doing differently. They haven't been stealing nearly as many bases this month as they did in June. They've only stolen 9 bases, again, 2nd to worst, compared to 31 in June, which was best in the league. Schaffner skies the 2-2, staying in the outer parts of the infield. Shortstop Waite makes the catch. It's the first out of the inning.
Now batting from Nevada, number
And the lack of stolen bases doesn't feel like it's necessarily a lack of getting there. When they steal, they still do most of the time get into second. They just haven't gone to it as much. They haven't been trying. They haven't been that aggressive.
Sometimes you just, when you're struggling as a team, you don't want to take the bat out of the hands of a guy, and that can lead to that as well.
Jace Doby takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Doby 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Trying to get back to his last night ways against YD. He was a perfect 4 for 4 with a walk. There's 1-0. Catches on the inside for a first strike of the at-bat. Doby for Nevada in 2025. Only struck out 30 times, walked 21 times. as his 1-1. Skirts inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. But he's got a lot of power. 16 doubles, second most on the team. He had all singles yesterday, though. 4 hits, 4 singles. Still looking for that first extra base hit. 0-0 ball game, 1 out in the top of the third. The 2-1 is well low, 3 balls and 1 strike. McKay kind of dancing over there at second. We saw Jeff Lugie do a similar thing. It was pretty clear that catcher Campbell Smithwick had the ball, but Lugie was still dancing over at second, as McKay is now. Maybe trying to play a little bit more aggressive or fake playing aggressive. The 3-1. Grounder on the left side. McKay stays at second. A long throw from shortstop Waite, and the throw's in time to retire Jace Doby.
Some good hustle from Jace Doby, because that was a difficult play for Riker Waite, going to his forehand side, threw a bit off balance there as he tried to set his feet, but then with Doby running it out, he had to make the throw a bit quicker, and so you can see how the hustle, it didn't work for him there, but had Waite messed up, could have another base runner on.
Cleanup batter Gabe Camacho coming up to the plate. Camacho flew out to left field his first time up, as he takes a strike right down Broadway. Camacho has been making some really, really nice contact over his past couple of games. 1 for 4 against YD, but he ripped a few down the line that either just went foul or were caught by YD's right fielder. He swings through a breaking pitch, and he's down 0-2.
Well, there's one of the first successful changeups of the day. And it looked really good. Again, not thrown for a strike on the pitch, but it doesn't need to be. It's going to entice a swing like that way over the top on a pitch down low.
Camacho trying to bring home Ryan McKay, who's on second in a 0-0 ball game. 0-2, hit shortly into center field. LeGrande on the run, and it drops in front of him. Ryan McKay comes around third and will score for Hyannis. It's an RBI single for Gabe Camacho, and the Harbor Hawks take the lead.
Well, you know what they say, Graham, it's hit it where they ain't, and it doesn't always have to be so hard. Camacho gets that one off the end of the bat, and credit McKay for busting around from third. He's going to score no matter what with 2 outs, any ball in the air. You know he's going, and sometimes all the Harbor Hawks need is just a quick break, a ball not hit hard to drop, and this could be an opportunity to open the door for them.
That's now 2 straight games for Gabe Camacho with an RBI. Before yesterday's game against YD, he went on a 10-game RBI-less streak. As Jeff Lugie foul tips the first pitch straight back. It's an 0-1 count for the left-hander.
It's a really nice cut from Lugie. Had his eyes on the gaps right there, and it's what you want to do is the first pitch of the at-bat. You know you're going to get something in the zone because the pitcher wants to start off on the right foot by filling up the zone, and Lugie just fouls it off.
Wysong checks over at Camacho. He's safe. Lugie trying to register his first at-bat of the evening. He drew a walk his first time up back in the second. His 0-1. Down in the dirt, and it gets by Smithwick. Camacho will gladly take second base, and another runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks.
And this is where Hyannis needs to take advantage because they got walked twice back in the second inning. They came up empty with the bases loaded. They finally convert on a free pass with the McKay leadoff walk, and then he comes around and scores. More opportunities here.
2 outs. The 1-1 to Lugie. Breaking ball outside for ball 2. Hyannis has really struggled hitting with runners in scoring position in away ballparks in the month of July. A 196 average with runners in scoring position on the road. They have one early, though. It's a 1-0 ball game, Hyannis, in the top of the third. The 2-1 to Lugie. Checks his swing. It's a strike. The lower third of the zone. Count runs even with 2 outs. Jeff Lugie thought he had a 3-1 count. Now he's got to lock into a level 1. Camacho still at second, 2 outs. And the 2-2. pulled down the right side on the ground. Cade Lewis gloves it, and the first baseman will end the inning. Gabe Camacho with an RBI single gets Hyannis on the board first. And before we go, our very own Ethan Wax has the headset on. What you got, Ethan?
Thank you very much, Graham. They were oh so close. Hyannis fell to the YD Red Sox last night 5-4, but showed signs of improvement. Jace Doby made a strong first impression yesterday, going 4 for 4 with a walk in his debut. During his junior season at the University of Nevada, he was named to the All-Mountain West first team. Jace played multiple sports growing up, playing soccer and basketball, because it helped him move faster and be more explosive when it comes to playing baseball. When asked about a pregame routine and any superstitions, he said, quote, "Before any game starts, I go out to the field and take a look at everything around me. I do this to always remind myself how fortunate I am to be in the situation and to appreciate what I have," end quote. If Doby continues his strong performance yesterday throughout the end of the season, it could help the Harbor Hawks turn things around. Guys, back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ethan. It truly was a phenomenal start for Jace Doby. And let's not forget, this guy's a two-way player. He pitched back for Nevada in this last collegiate season. 11 games, 11 starts, 6.07 ERA, 43 innings pitched, only dealt 11 walks and 37 strikeouts. Very cool as well to hear about some superstitions. I know you were a high school ball player, Max. You're probably well versed. Did you have any superstitions back in high school?
I did indeed. I had these game day socks. Yes, I did, Sam Montag. Basically, I had these Will Ferrell elf socks I wore before every single game. I wasn't weird like that. I didn't wash them if I had a good game, but like, although sophomore year I had these. No, I did wash. I did wash them.
Okay, thank goodness.
But sophomore year, my last year in JV, I had these lemur socks, and I didn't wash those if I had good games. But I didn't have that many good games that year, so it was okay.
Maybe that's why. Campbell Smithwick is going to lead off. He shows bunt, pulls back, and it's away for a ball. Max Stamell has been phenomenal for Hyannis in his first start of the summer. Has faced the minimum in both of his first 2 innings of work. Deals his 1-0 right down the middle. And a big reason why is he's not really fallen down in counts as much.
Yeah, it's big. It's everything. You know, jumping out ahead, it sets the tone for the entire at-bat.
1-1 is away, and now he will fall down.
And it's a tough pitch like that. We come back to those uncompetitive misses. That's a slider that starts off the plate, so not going to be tantalizing for a hitter, even a lefty at the plate.
Stamell's 2-1. Misses inside. That part of the zone has been tough for Stamell. He's dealt a lot over there on the right side as you're facing the mound, and they've pretty much all been called balls. 3-1. Down the heart, full count.
As an umpire, when you're umpiring and there's a left-handed hitter in the box, there's no excuses for missing the inside part of the plate because you're set up over the inside corner for a lefty. It's harder when it's the other side of the plate.
Payoff pitch. First pitch strikeout. Campbell Smithwick goes down swinging. I meant first at-bat strikeout. Correct myself there. 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd.
I raised my eyebrow. I was like, what do you mean by that?
Second strikeout of the day, though, for Max Stamell. We mentioned he's got a little bit of slower stuff, but that hasn't prevented him from getting the Ks so far. First pitch right down Broadway to Ryan Cooney.
And that fastball still sits in the low 90s, tops out at about 92. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Graham, at least for the off-speed stuff, he really takes some stuff off.
0-1 is well down in the dirt on his slider. Stamell, rising sophomore at Virginia, transferring from Duke. His 1-1 is away. But he had a really good season with the Blue Devils. Didn't allow more than 2 earned runs in a single appearance once this last season. Most he allowed was 2 earned runs against Stanford. 2-1. Ripped up the middle. That pierces into the outfield for a base hit. Bourne gets their first hit of the ball game. That's with 1 out on the scoreboard. The 8-hole hitter, Ryan Cooney, gets aboard.
That one right off the end of the bat. Wasn't hit very hard, but unfortunately just into the outfield grass, and you got to keep your confidence up if you're Max Stamell. And why don't we roll 2 as well?
Brings up switch hitting Riker Waite in the 9-hole. Waite led off the last time that these two teams played. As he shows bunt on the first pitch, scoots out of the way, gets past LaChance. And that's going to allow Ryan Cooney to take second base and get himself in scoring position.
That one might go down as a pass ball. It just looks like LaChance had some trouble with it, but we'll see what the official ruling is.
It's felt like there's been at least one of those a game in the month of July, either a pass ball, a wild pitch, or a hit batsman. It's really plagued Hyannis. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Fastball right past Riker Waite. Waite.
It's been impressive to see how quickly he's been accustomed to the Cape League, considering he's only at 18 years old.
Very true. He was 3 for 5 against Hyannis the last time these two teams played, as he takes a fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 for 5 against the Harbor Hawks. Crossed home plate 3 times, also batted in a runner and walked once. Waite nails one to left center field. Owen Prince from center giving it chase at the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run blast for Riker Waite gives Bourne a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, falling behind in the count proved to be costly right there, and why did it be? Well, because he left that pitch right over the zone, trying to get back into a 2-strike count, and that was a hanging breaking ball right over the heart of the plate, belt high, and Riker Waite got extended.
Max Stamell retired 1 through 7, and then batters 8 and 9 with singles and a home run. Back to the top, LeGrande hits the first pitch the other way, and Jeff Lugie makes the catch for the second out. Well, good response from Stamell. 1 pitch, 1 out. It was hit hard, but we've talked about responses all season long, and this is going to be a tough test. He went from up 1 to now down 1.
And all you can do is just control the controllables, and you got to go right back to the strike zone, execute your pitches, and sure, there's going to be frustration, but it's in your benefit not to let your emotions get the best of you.
Logan Hughes takes a ball and a slider. He was the only batter through the first 2 1/3 to get on base. Drew a walk back in the first. His 1-0 skips in right past home plate. Max Stamell. This is right now tied for the longest that he's gone in an appearance this summer. 2 2/3 against these Bourne Braves back on the 8th. 2-0 hits Hughes. Looks like and sounds like it caught the elbow guard. And he's off to first base with 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting from Arkansas, number 25.
That's a risky run, going with the high and inside fastball to a left-handed hitter, especially if you already have some natural tail on it, and that one running right into that elbow guard, as you mentioned, Graham.
Those have been the free passes that have really hurt Hyannis. Yes, the walks, but the hit batsman, the errors, the wild pitches, those have been haunting for the Harbor Hawks. First pitch to Kuyo Aloy is low for a ball. And something else that we've talked about is how Hyannis has really good starting pitching, but their relievers have struggled. Hyannis with a starting 3.16 ERA, best in the Cape League. But their relieving ERA, as the 1-0 is low for a second ball, is a 5.49. That's worst in the Cape League.
And look who's next, Falmouth with 4.5. So literally a run separates that. That's pretty daunting.
2 outs in the inning, a 2-1 lead for Bourne. They've scored both of those in the bottom of the third. Fought off down the right side and foul. Count moves to 2-1. And it feels like, for the most part, it was mostly the pitching, the starting pitching for Hyannis that left when the wave of players went home or were drafted. But really, a lot of good relievers left as well. 2-1 inside, nearly hit Eloy. The count runs 3-1.
Well, just looking back to their rotation in June, you had Trey Beard, Evan Blanco, Will Libert, just a couple off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing a couple as well, and they were really good for Mitch Carricker, and they're kind of just scrambling.
3-1, foul tip. Count runs to 3-2 with 2 outs.
And of course, just losing out on Richie Roman, who had 19 innings pitched for Hyannis, also going to be a big loss. Nice 5.21 ERA in those innings as well.
2 outs, runner on first, 2-1 lead for the Braves, and the full count is away for a walk. Logan Hughes will stand on second as Kuyo Eloy draws the second walk of the day for Max Stamell. If you look in the relieving category, as pitching coach Blaise Martinez will step up to the mound to talk to Max Stamell. Hyannis lost Santiago Garcia, Isaac Williams, Brett Landman. A couple good pitchers that also went on the relieving side.
Yeah, Eric Hoffberg, one of the big ones in the mix as well. Of course, most recently, Tommy O'Rourke getting the call, or rather signing with the New York Yankees as an undrafted free agent. So it's been kind of like that for the summer. And, of course, all teams go through it, but Hyannis has really experienced the brunt of the exodus kind of early.
And it felt like when we came into the summer, like Hyannis was a team made mostly up of rising sophomores, a couple rising juniors, but the team was really young. It was in an attempt, at least, to get a lot of guys who weren't draft eligible, who wouldn't be leaving. First pitch ground ball, Cade Lewis. Great pick from Ryan McKay on a high hop, and that will end the inning. 2 late ones get on base, but it's a 2-run homer from Riker Waite that highlights the inning. 2-1 Braves lead heading into the fourth.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the fourth inning. Hyannis trailing the Bourne Braves 2-1. Both teams with 2 hits right now, but it was a bases clearing hit for the Braves back in the last half inning. A 2-run blast from Riker Waite to give the Braves the 2-1 lead. That being said, Hyannis has been moving through their order pretty quickly. 3 walks, 2 hits, only 3 strikeouts. They're already back to Dayton LaChance, the 6-hole hitter, for a second time. And that is when Hyannis has had the most success, when they can turn over their lineup over and over again, and especially in the early innings.
Yeah, Graham, but we also have heard Mitch Carricker say this season that with all these numbers favoring Hyannis, such as the league leading average, the amount of strikeouts for this pitching staff. Doesn't matter if you can't scrape across runs, and he told you pregame that that's something they haven't been able to do, quite obviously.
Speaking of Dayton LaChance, he's going to be leading off for the Harbor Hawks. LaChance, a rising sophomore at McLennan Community College. He had .335 batting average his freshman year. 62 games started, 14 doubles, 10 home runs, 69 RBIs. His first pitch is inside for a ball. He had an on-base percentage of .388. And he's a perfect 1-for-1 in his first Cape League ball game. Hit a single back in the second inning. It's 1-0. Catches inside. 1 ball and 1 strike on a fastball. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nate Wysong moving pretty quickly. He doesn't give the batters much time to rest. Gets his sign and commits and goes. And for the most part, he's done a pretty good job shutting down the Harbor Hawks. They've left 4 on base already. Low pitch gulfed out of the bottom of the zone, and third baseman Holcomb can't make the play. Well, you give this team free chances, they'll take advantage of it. And an error like that could be really costly.
Stanford, number 17, Charlie Bates.
Brings up Charlie Bates, as that is an E5. Bates struck out his first time up to the plate. First pitch, fastball away. Bates was working a 6-game hit streak, is still working a 7-game on-base streak. He's got a .290 average this month. 9 for 31 in July. He started July 0 for 10. As he fouls one off, count moves to 1-1. That is just unbelievable. Starts 0 and 10 and then catches fire in a way that we haven't seen from many Harbor Hawks the entirety of the season.
And I think, Graham, to that point, it coincides again with this really difficult month of July. If you're looking for something to point to, that's one of them.
1-1. Catches low. 1-2 now. He has had one of his best games against Bourne back on the 8th. Went 3 for 4, 2 runs. Also drew a walk and struck out. His 1-2 nearly hits him. He scoots out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes on a breaking pitch. And a big reason why he's had so much success as of late is we've said it feels like he controls the at-bat. He controls the plate appearance as he takes the 2-2 high and runs the count full. He's now taking pitches that used to be strikes, now for balls.
I think Max said it best when he exploded against Falmouth a couple days ago, that he's got his swagger back. Looks more confident at the plate, making better swing decisions, pitch recognition's better.
Runner goes, pitches low anyway. Charlie Bates was down in the count, but works a walk. In the past 2 innings, Hyannis has gotten their leadoff batter on base. Ryan McKay drew a walk back in the 3rd. Dayton LaChance reached on the error, followed by the Charlie Bates walk. And that's been a category that's been really up and down for Hyannis. 1 for 6, getting their leadoff batters on base against Wareham. 1 for 9 at Katuitt. But yesterday, a much stronger day in that category. 3 for 8 against YD. Sawyer Black shows bunt. He pulls it back, and it's high for a ball. Overall, Hyannis, their leadoff batters are batting a .270 average with 23 walks and 40 strikeouts. They've been really good in July, near a .300 average for leadoff hitters this month. Black shows bunt from the beginning, pulls back, it's a fastball high, 2-0 count. And that, I think, is a perfect representation of the issue this month. Hyannis has gotten leadoff batters on base better than they did in July, but they are really struggling to bring them around. Black shows bunt again immediately. 2-0. He fouls it off. And that'll be a first strike of the at-bat.
Black, as he walks out of the box, looks at his left hand. He suffered a hamate bone injury there that kept him out of 26 games. So that's always an area of concern for Sawyer, as he told me a couple days ago that he's being really careful with it as he comes here to the Cape.
And he's still kind of messing around with that left hand. Home plate umpire Joe Gravina with some courtesy, walking up to the mound to give Nate Wysong a new ball. Allow Sawyer Black to take some time. Bunts can be dangerous if you don't get it in the right spot. It can really rattle the hands. But Black's locked back in. He's got a 2-1 count. The Braves lead 2-1 in the top of the fourth. Hyannis already have 2 on, with no outs in the inning. Black showing bunt again, and this time Wysong is going to disengage and check over at LaChance at second. LaChance is safe. We have seen a double steal from Mitch Carricker. It's not out of the question. With it being a 1-run ball game and Black showing bunt, it's unlikely. Showing bunt again and another disengagement. Pitch clock has been pretty low.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, one of the same things. And also, probably won't see the double steal considering Black is a left-handed hitter with the front door open.
Black shows bunt. The 2-1. Set down beautifully the third base line. Wysong has to make the throw at first. It's off the bag. That's going to allow LaChance to come home. It takes Bates to third, and Sawyer Black stands on second.
Well, that'll be probably a single for Sawyer Black, but how about 3 free passes in the first 3 batters for Hyannis? That's probably going to be a throwing error as well at first base, which allows Black to advance to second base. But Braves really kind of coming loose right here.
Now batting from Virginia Military Institute.
Just like that, the ball game is tied at 2. There are no outs in the inning, and that might bring us a pitching change. There has been someone warming up for the Braves. And it looks like there will be a change. 2 are on, both in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks. We'll take a quick break and introduce the new pitcher when we come back.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Will Whelan is the new pitcher for the Bourne Braves. He is yet to allow an earned run through 5 appearances, all in relief. He's pitched for 10 innings, allowing 4 hits, no runs, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. And this, his 3rd appearance against the Harbor Hawks, Gio.
Yeah, and for Nate Wysong, that brings the day to an end after only 3 innings. He does not record an out in the 4th. He's responsible for a couple of runners after a walk of Charlie Bates and a single, infield single from Sawyer Black. And Wysong's day comes to an end after 3 Ks, 4 walks, and a 2-2 ball game here at Doran Park.
Whelan, he's allowed those 4 hits. 3 of them belong to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The first time that these teams met, Whelan was the last pitcher on the mound for the Braves. Dealt for 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. And the second time that they pitched, Whelan got the win, pitching for 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He's coming in with 2 on base, 2 in scoring position in Charlie Bates and Sawyer Black. And there are no outs in the inning. It's a tied 2-2 ball game, top of the 4th. Owen Prince in the lefty's box, facing the lefty and Will Whelan. And Whelan delivers a fastball strike, his first pitch of the ball game.
Now a lefty coming into this game for the first time, Graham, so the immediate adjustment for the rest of the Hyannis bats, due to come up for a 3rd time in a row to the leadoff man, Ryan McKay. Have to make the adjustment now, lefty on lefty.
Whelan can throw a lot of pitches in an appearance. Threw 45 for the Braves the first time that he walked up to the mound against Hyannis, and then 61 the second time back at McKeon Park on the 8th. Whelan's 0-1. Misses away. Owen Prince grounded out in his first Cape League at bat. Now it's over to Riker Waite, the shortstop. He's still looking for that first hit, first trip over to first base with the Harbor Hawks. It's 1-1. Skied in the shallow infield. Riker Waite is called off, and the catch is made by Ryan Cooney. Infield fly in effect there for Owen Prince. And it flips the order for Ryan McKay. Ryan McKay 0 for 1 day, drew a walk back in the 3rd. One out in the inning. McKay swings through a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. When Ryan McKay hits, he hits in bunches. His 0 for 4 performances against Wareham and out Kituit were the first time this Cape League season that he'd been held hitless for multiple games in a row. 0-1. Sent down the left side. Logan Hughes, the left fielder, underneath it, makes the catch. Charlie Bates from 3rd is going to tag the throw off the plate, and Hyannis retakes the lead.
Ryan McKay doing what he does, productive out from him on the sac fly. And it looks like he got a hidden ball trick.
And no, they say that Charlie Bates tagged too early, and so it is an out. And Mitch Carricker, the manager, is frustrated. He's in disbelief, talking right now to home plate umpire Joe Gravina. That's going to be the end of the inning, and it's a 2-2 ball game heading into the bottom of the 4th.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the top of the 4th coming to quite the close. Charlie Bates was standing on 3rd when Ryan McKay sent a long fly ball into left field. He tags like he has done many times in his life, but Joe Gravina, the home plate umpire, says that he jumped too early, and they call him out The official scoring is that Ryan McKay sacrificed into a double play. Not sure that I've ever seen that scoring before. And it's been those little things, Gio, the little mistakes that have really hurt the Harbor Hawks.
If you're going to circle any one inning to, Graham, be a microcosm for this entire month of July for the Harbor Hawks, it'd be that one. It's an inning where Bourne commits 2 errors. You've got the bases loaded yet again in this frame. And for Charlie Bates, that's the right, rather for Ryan McKay, that's a productive out, right? It should be Charlie Bates coming across with a 3-2 lead, headed to the bottom of the 4th, and instead, for some inexplicable reason, it remains a 2-2 ball game, and that's plagued Hyannis all month.
And since it is called a sacrifice, it does not go on Ryan McKay's record in this ball game, so he still has only registered 1 official at bat. First pitch to Cade Lewis. He checks his swing. It's a ball outside. Lewis 0 for 1 on the ball game. He did play the last time these two teams met. Had a perfect 3 for 3 day. Or excuse me, 2 for 3 day. He crossed home plate 3 times. Also drove in a runner and walked once. He sends one high down the right field side. Sawyer Black and right giving it chase. He's in foul territory and makes the grab for the first out.
Almost overran that one. That one kind of came right back towards the field, and still a really nice read by Black in right field.
Number 8, Camden Kojal.
That will lead to left-hander Camden Kojal. So, excuse me, that was Braden Holcomb at the plate. Little scorebook mishap there. Cade Lewis was the last out of the 3rd. First pitch hit back up the middle. Ryan McKay gets the 2nd out of the inning. Max Stamell in his 4th inning of work right now, or I guess that officially 3 2/3. He looks pretty solid still.
This is the longest outing of the summer for Max Stamell. 2 2/3 against Bourne on July 8th. All in relief as well. For it to be a start for a guy headed to Virginia to play for his Duke and Chris Pollard, only 1 start for the Blue Devils his freshman season, but this could be a role that he works his way into with the Cavs.
Campbell Smithwick chops the first pitch fouled on the first base side. Smithwick 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He played the last time these two teams faced. 1 for 3, 2 walks, no strikeouts. He also played the first time that these two teams met. Had a 2 for 4 performance that day with 2 strikeouts and an RBI. 0-1, right past him, a fastball, and he's underneath it.
2-year Cape Leaguer as well. Campbell Smithwick spent the entire summer with Chatham.
Smithwick trying to spark a little 2-out rally in the bottom of the 4th. Historically, these middle innings have not been kind to Hyannis bats. 0-2 is away. So it feels like if Bourne is able to have a little explosion here through the middle 3, Hyannis might have a tough time keeping up. The 1-2. Swung and a miss. Swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down for Campbell Smithwick. It's still a 2-2 ball game.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Baseball League.
2-3-4 due up for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Schaffner will lead off against Will Whelan. Whelan came in back in the fourth, needed 2 outs to end the inning, and he did just that, although it was odd. Ryan McKay with a sacrifice fly into a double play as his teammate Charlie Bates tagged a little bit too early, trying to go from third base to home plate. And instead of it being a 3-2 ball game in favor of Hyannis, it's a 2-2 ball game. And Gio, Hyannis has struggled in these middle innings, not just as of late, but the entire season.
Yeah, that average in innings 1 to 4 at 285 entering yesterday. For innings 5 to 9, 228. So a significant 60-point drop-off in average for Hyannis in the later frames as we turn the page to the top of the fifth. Yesterday, 6 hits for Hyannis from innings 5 to 9. So a bit better, but as we've talked about ad nauseum tonight, Graham, still didn't result in a win. And the stats can be whatever they are. As long as you're not getting wins in the left-hand column, it's going to be a problem.
In yesterday's ball game against YD, Hyannis scored 3 through the first 3 innings, did not score from innings 4 through 8, and then got 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Ended up losing that ball game just by 1 run, 5-4. Jake Schaffner leads off. He's got an 0-for-2 game going. He takes a slider just away for ball 1. Schaffner has played both times against these Bourne Braves. The first time went 1-for-4. Second time also 1-for-4. As his 1-0 catches the outside corner on a fastball. 1-1 count. And Schaffner feels like he's still kind of working his way back fully from an injury. He got that wrist injury as he takes a ball outside back on the 24th of June against Falmouth. Didn't play from the 24th all the way to July 4th. And he still feels like trying to work his way back to full health and full confidence. He's got a 2-1 count. He chops the pitch down the right side, foul.
But by the same token, Graham, it feels like he hasn't skipped a beat as well. He starts the 9th with a leadoff triple, eventually comes home 0-for-4 against Katuitt the next day, but Schaffner also had a double in the 9th against Wareham and a loss. And unfortunately, the team's success hasn't coincided with his recent stretch of hitting, but he came back from that injury after missing 8 games. It looked like his same self overall.
His 2-2. Hit the other way, and it's over the head of Braden Holcomb, the third baseman. And the ball is missed by Logan Hughes. Schaffner is going to stretch it to 2, and he pumps the brakes. We'll back up to second base. Leadoff hit for Jake Schaffner. Now in the past 3 innings, Hyannis' leadoff batters have gotten on.
Almost another triple there for Jake Schaffner. And it's only been as significant, Graham, as in the fact that Hyannis has been able to make it count just once for that leadoff batter to get on. So it looks like also a single to a double for Jake Schaffner, or to a second, advance to second for Jake on the E7 and left.
Right before that hit, Gio, you mentioned that he's had a couple of big extra base hits, although this won't be an extra base hit for him. He has, as of late, kind of found that stroke into the outfield. As Jace Doby hits the first pitch the other way. Kuio Aloy giving chase in right field. It's down in front of him. Schaffner got a late jump to third, so he's not able to come around. But the bats coming alive right now for Hyannis. For Schaffner, before he suffered the injury, he didn't have a single extra base hit. Since then, he's had 3 extra base hits. So things have been clicking in that category.
In 3 of the last 4 games as well. It's coming of late, too.
Jace Doby with a nice piece of hitting there. Puts runners on the corners with no outs in a 2-2 ball game. Top of the 5th. Gabe Camacho swings at the first pitch as well, but fouls it straight back. Camacho, a 1-for-2 ball game so far with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning that brought home Ryan McKay. The 0-1 to Camacho. Pulled hard down the right field side, but well foul.
Let's give Jace Doby his flowers, too. 5 hits in 7 at-bats with a walk yesterday as well. Really seeing the baseball to start his season on Cape Cod.
He really is. Doby, coming from Nevada, A D1 program, but not as competitive as an SEC school or a Big Ten school. And he's picked this up like it's no problem. Check over, and Dobie's safe.
A guy that's played everywhere and anywhere, Graham. Started his career at a couple of different junior colleges, Mission College in Santa Clara, California, and then West Valley College in Saratoga. So he's very familiar with all different kinds of competition, just not at this level, like you said.
Gabe Camacho in a bit of the same boat, as his 0-2 is taken upstairs for a first ball of the count. Camacho coming from UC San Diego, a Big West school, and I talked to him one day during batting practice and said, what's the adjustment been like to play in the Cape Cod Baseball League against some of the best talent? He said, dude, the pitching is unbelievable. He said there's not a single bad pitcher in this league. It's been an adjustment. Another check over, and Dobie's safe again at first.
Best on best every single night. That's the appeal of the Cape Cod Baseball League. But the other side of that, Graham, is that guys can come from anywhere and have success, not just in the Cape, but in baseball.
1-2 to Camacho. Nearly hits him in the head. It's over him, and it skips off the wall right back to Smithwick. So Schaffner can't come home, but Dobie does go to second.
Couple things helped Campbell Smithwick there. First of all, the fact that Will Whelan threw a heater on that pitch that Camacho had to duck under. The second is that he doesn't have a pad on the backstop, so it ricochets right off the brick wall quickly back to Campbell Smithwick. Schaffner started his tag, but had to halt up about a quarter of the way along the baseline.
It's the second wild pitch for Bourne pitching as Camacho swings through a 2-2 breaking ball and goes back empty. First out of the inning for the Braves. And comes at an important time with 2 in scoring position.
Now batting number 12, Jeff.
And that near pass ball wild pitch, that with the help of the backstop there, likely going down as a wild pitch from Will Whelan. But it's got a huge effect now because you bring the run across, you feel good about Jeff Luigi taking a couple chances in this at-bat. Now you just got to try and keep the inning alive. Still only one out, though.
Luigi 0 for 1 with a walk in this ball game. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball right down the heart. Luigi, a .317 average right now for Hyannis. One of the best on the team. The only one that's better is Ryan McKay. His average right now at .326. The 0-1 is high on a fastball. The count evens at 1. Hyannis loaded the bases back in the second thanks to a Jeff Luigi walk. They weren't able to bring anyone home. They stranded all 3. Nails the 1-1 back up the middle, sending LeGrande back to the track, and it's over his head. He stops. It's a ground rule double. That brings home Schaffner and Jace Dobie. An RBI, ground rule double for Luigi. Hyannis pouring things on. They have a 4-2 lead in the top of the 5th with 1 out.
What's that, the 4th ground rule double in 2 games between Hyannis and Bourne here at Doran Park? Really difficult spot to leave from center field, much like Hyannis and even Orleans, the deepest center field wall on the Cape, but it's deceptively long, and Luigi puts it right over the head of LeGrande, trying to make the basket catch, but watch it with the big bounce over the wall.
1 out, Dayton LaChance up to the plate with Luigi on second. He skies the first pitch into left center field. John LeGrande and Hughes giving chase. He leaps and makes the grab in left. A great grab from Logan Hughes over his shoulder. It was not a robbery. It was close to the wall. But a big second out and an acrobatic one at that for Logan Hughes.
What a couple of what a couple of pitches as Dayton LaChance, first pitch swinging. We see his you think he's got tremendous side. He passes power rather. He passes the eye test with his size and measurables, 6'4", 240. And the Canadian's got some serious power.
Charlie Bates takes a ball outside. And for those who may not know, we talked about it a lot the last time we were at Doran Park. It's really hard to judge where things are in the outfield. It's a clear fence as Bates flies one down the left side. Logan Hughes charging in from left field And he ends the inning. Jeff Lugie with the 2 RBI ground rule double gives the Harbor Hawks a 4-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 5th.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and Hyannis with its first pitching change of the ball game. Jared Jenkins coming up to the mound for his second time this Cape League season. Last pitch on the 13th at Katuitt. 2 innings, allowed 6 hits and 3 runs, all of which were earned with a walk and a strikeout. And he is ending what turned out to be a pretty solid day for Max Stamell starting.
Yeah, Stamell goes 4 innings for the first time all summer, his longest appearance here on Cape Cod. Walks just 2, just 1 hit batsman. That home run to Riker Waite, a 2-run blast, so that's a decisive pitch for him. Trio of strikeouts to go along with otherwise a very good day for Max Stamell.
Jenkins, he's going to face 8, 9, and 1 in this lineup. 8 and 9 were deadly for Hyannis. Ryan Cooney with a single back in the 3rd. He was then brought around a 2-run shot from Riker Waite that gave the Braves the lead at that time. It was 2-1. Then in the top of the 4th, Hyannis tied it and then just tallied 2 more in the top of the 5th to retake a 4-2 lead. Every time that these teams play, it's either a very close ball game where one team just narrowly trails the other, or it flip-flops back and forth a little bit. This game no different.
To point to that June 19th game, the last these 2 teams played here at Doran Park, Hyannis went up 8-1 before not scoring for the rest of the game past the 4th inning. Bourne eventually scraped across 4 to make that thing interesting, or that game interesting. And that's the thing here, Graham, that no one's out of it on Cape Cod, but especially Bourne and Hyannis when they play each other.
Ryan Cooney going to lead things off. 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the 3rd. He swings and fouls the first pitch straight back. And these games becoming ever so important, especially between these 2 teams who are currently 4th and 5th in the Cape Cod West Division. The 0-1 curveball misses high. Hyannis with 23 points, Bourne with 21, but the 2 teams that are tied for first in Wareham and Katuitt only 24 points. Jenkins 1-1 is fouled off a bunt from Ryan Cooney. It's sent straight back.
In the East, Graham, the top 3 teams would lead the West Division. That's just the ultimate display of the parity in this year's league, as well as the strength of the East.
And Chatham, who's in last in the East, would be tied for 3rd.
Such a difference from last summer, where at one point Falmouth trailed by nearly 20 points in the West Division. Harwich, the eventual Cape Cod Baseball League champions, didn't win a game for 17 days in the middle of the season. So as bad as Hyannis has been right now, things could turn around like that.
Jenkins set to deliver the 1-2. Roxon fires. And it's a breaking ball that's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's the thing for both of these teams who are right now towards the bottom of the West, is unlike professional baseball, the regular season really doesn't matter as much here as long as you're not in last. If you're 4th or better, you make playoffs and you've got a chance. 2-2 upstairs fastball, count runs full.
And this is a Bourne team as well that's made each of the last 3 Cape Cod Baseball League championships and won a couple of them. The Bourne team that won the first year of that streak was in 4th for much of the season and ended up winning.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jared Jenkins gets Cooney to swing over the top of the breaking ball. 1 away.
Number 3, Riker Waite.
There's that fastball from Jared Jenkins at 92, 94 sit. Peaked at 95 in his first outing at Cotuit on the 13th. And he really leaned on that fastball in that outing. Did allow 3 runs on 6 hits, but struck out 1. And it located at times for him, just Cotuit took advantage.
Riker Waite up for his 2nd time tonight. He takes a fastball for a strike. Waite sent a 2-run shot to left center field his first time up back in the 3rd inning. Brought home Ryan Cooney, who just struck out. His 0-1 is in the dirt. Count runs level at 1s. Jared Jenkins, this is actually his 2nd stop of the summer. Played for Winchester in the Valley League. 0-2 record, 2 starts. Pulled down the right field line, foul. Count for Waite moves to 1-2. But a really good season for Dallas Baptist this last collegiate year. Pitched in a team-high 22 ball games. 17 of those were relief appearances. 51 2/3 innings pitched. He walked 24, struck out 49. As he sets to deliver the 1-2. It's outside. Count runs level again at 2s.
And you mentioned 22 appearances for Dallas Baptist. He only failed to strike out a batter in 3 of those. And he starts off his day tonight with a strikeout.
He also pitched in the Baton Rouge Regional in College Baseball World Series. 2-2, rope down the right field side. It takes a hop over Jace Doby. Waite is going to round first, go into second. He's rounding second, trying to go to third. McKay, the cutoff man, is throw well late. And Riker Waite is 2 hits away from the cycle.
Well, he's already got the hardest 2 out of the way, the home run and the most difficult one in the triple. We could be seeing some interesting stuff tonight, but Hyannis, it's right back for Jared Jenkins. What's the response? Now you got a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
And an unfortunate bounce for Jace Doby at first. He squatted to a crouch to try and field that ball. Got some quad. It just took a really high hop over his head and trickled all the way to the corner for Sawyer Black, who was shaded towards center field.
Flips the order for a 3rd time. John LeGrand, 0 for 2 on the day. He takes a curveball low for ball 1. LeGrand has played in both games against the Harbor Hawks, but really hasn't dealt that much damage against them. He's 1 for 7 at the plate. Did draw a walk. He struck out 2 times. His 1-0 fastball low, 2 balls and no strikes. But despite that lack of success against the Harbor Hawks, he's got a .299 average this season, spanning 22 games, 77 at-bats. It's 2-0, ripped back up the middle and into the outfield. That allows Riker Waite to come home. LeGrande pumps the brakes as he rounds first. It's an RBI single. This is how quickly things can change in this matchup. We talked about it at the beginning of the inning. They just kind of go back and forth.
It looks like we've got another barn burner on deck. We mentioned that 8-1 surge for Hyannis on June 19th here at Doran Park, where Bourne scraped across a couple. That was early in the season, just 5 days in. Team still getting used to playing baseball again after a brief hiatus from college. Now teams both in the swing of things.
First pitch curveball finds the zone to Logan Hughes. Hughes yet to register an at-bat. He was walked in the 1st inning, got hit back in the 3rd. The 0-1, runner goes in LeGrande, pitches low for a ball. The throw down skips in, a really good pick from Bates to keep it in the infield. But LeGrande steals second.
Yeah, really good pick from Charlie Bates, because that could have spelled trouble for Hyannis if he doesn't get this around. He's got to come in front of the base. The ball skips into him, and he fields it with the mitt away from his body. Very difficult pick to make, but he does make it and keeps LeGrande at bay at second.
With that swipe, LeGrande has stolen a team-leading 11 bases this season for the Bourne Braves. And we have a balk. That moves LeGrande all the way over to third. And it's just going from bad to worse for these Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, the free passes just continue to mar Hyannis. And it's tough. Now you got to run her 90 feet away, and then the fly ball could do some damage with the potential sac fly.
Jenkins was just rocking back and forth, took a step off the rubber as the 1-1 misses up and away for 2 balls.
Yeah, dealing from the stretch with the runner on base. It looks like he just put pressure on his weight on his right foot, then to his left. And as he switched off it, he got called for the balk.
2-1 to Hughes. He's well late. Fastball blows right by him, levels the count at 2. Hyannis with a 4-3 lead. The Braves have already brought one across in Riker Waite in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 lifted down the left field side on a breaking ball. It goes well foul. Hughes battling hard. It was 1 for 2 the first time these two teams played. And then 2 for 5 the second time. Yet to bat in a runner against the Harbor Hawks this season. It's 2-2. Fought off down the left side again. And the count stays where it is with 1 out. And John LeGrande over at third base. A 1-run ball game in the bottom of the 5th. We talked a little bit earlier about how the middle innings have kind of been quiet for both of these teams, and all of a sudden, we've got 4 runs already in innings 4 and 5. Threat of a 5th, just 90 feet away. The 2-2 well high on a heater. Full count.
It's almost like opposites, or rather, metals repel. But
magnets?
Yeah, I'm talking magnets. But in this game, the trends have kind of convoluted each other, and now both teams are scoring opposite that.
LeGrande at third, 1 out in the inning. 4-3 Hyannis lead. Payoff pitch to Hughes. Ripped down the right field line, foul. You know what they say, Max? The longer the batter battles, the more it favors them. Hughes has fouled off 3 of his last 4 pitches. Hyannis with a 1-run lead. The 3-2 fouled off for a 4th time. And for Jared Jenkins, who really struggled his first time pitching for Hyannis, allowing 3 earned runs on 6 hits, getting this out could be a huge confidence booster. Another payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4.
Now batting from Arkansas, number
That's the 3rd walk of the day
Julio
for Hyannis
Aloy.
pitching first for Jared Jenkins as Julio Aloy comes to the plate. He's got the best batting average on this Bourne Braves team at .366 coming into the ball game. That stands at .357 right now as he's 0 for 1 with a walk, grounded into a double play his first time up in the 1st. Pitching coach Blaze Martinez up on the mound talking to Jared Jenkins.
Really well-timed visit from Blaze Martinez as well. Good start for Jared Jenkins. Fastball command where he needed it to be in that strikeout of Ryan Cooney to begin the inning, but he's missed his spot a few times, especially on that 3-ball count just now to Logan Hughes. He literally missed his spot, but you see the confidence being shaken up a bit, Graham, and Blaze Martinez going out there to restore it.
Martinez back in the dugout. Now the Bourne manager wanting to meet with his batters. He's got LeGrande on third, Logan Hughes over at first. Riker Waite already rounded the bases. He had a triple as the second hitter in the inning. And then it was brought home by John LeGrande, make it a 4-3 ball game in favor of Hyannis. Only 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Jared Jenkins threw 42 pitches his first time against Cotuit. He's already thrown 24. In a third of an inning of work. Those 42 against Cotuit were over 2 full innings. First pitch, strike on a fastball to Kuyo Aloy.
And the righty Zach Edwards getting loose in the bullpen in right field for Hyannis.
This is the part of the ball game that's really been a struggle. As a check over at first base. Hughes slides in safely. Max, we talked about it. The relievers have really struggled, and no different right now for Jared Jenkins.
That's tough, and especially when you get the free passes in there, uncompetitive misses, it all snowballs.
0-1. Upstairs on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jenkins against Cotuit found the zone 64% of the time. Is not having the same success. 26 pitches, 14 strikes right now. 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. This part of the order has been pretty quiet for Bourne. Maybe only saving grace right now for Jenkins. The Braves with 4 hits, all of them belonging to 8, 9, and 1. Check over at first base, and Logan Hughes safe again. But hitters 2 through 7 have really been quiet. Hughes has drawn 2 walks and got hit by a pitch, so he's gotten over to first. And Kuyo Aloy also drew a walk. But other than that, it's been all outs. Jenkins trying to keep that trend alive in a 4-3 ball game with 1 out. The 2-1's chopped straight down in the dirt and behind home plate. Count goes to 2-2.
With that 6-4-3 back in the first inning, Aloy moves up to second on the team with 3 double plays grounded into, only behind John LeGrande, the leadoff man.
Jenkins would love to give him a 4th. Would be an inning-ending double play, an inning where the Braves have already brought 1 across home plate. 2-2. Upstairs by the head of Kuyo Aloy. He had to duck out of the way, and another full count.
And it's the uncompetitive misses, because at least if you're missing around the plate, you might entice a swing. But it's something like that when he's really getting his head out of the way, you're not going to get it.
Hughes drew a walk on a full count pitch just a moment ago. This one ripped over the head of Jake Schaffner. Into left field. LeGrande scores. Logan Hughes getting the stop sign at third. Schaffner doesn't apply the tag in time. It's an RBI single for Kuyo Aloy that moves Logan Hughes all the way around the bases to third.
Now batting from Wake Forest, number 23, Cade Lewis.
Really big piece of hitting. Hit hard, pulled, and Jared Jenkins really continues to struggle. The second RBI single of the inning. First one belonging to John LeGrande. He just crossed home plate, make it a 4-4 tie. First pitch, curveball, is away to Cade Lewis. These teams have pretty much matched each other every step of the way. Hyannis scores 1 in the third. The Braves score 2 in the bottom of the third. Then Hyannis matches that with 1 in the fourth to tie it up at 2. Then the Harbor Hawks score 2 in the fifth, and the Braves have matched them with 2 in the bottom of the fifth as well. Another curveball low. But the difference right now, Max, is that the Braves are still threatening.
And they have to have their confidence at an all-time high as well, because not only are they walking, but they're smoking the ball.
2-0, 3 straight balls. The fastball's not locating, the curveball's not locating. What do you go to at this point?
I guess you'd probably go back to the heater if that's the pitch he's most comfortable with. Not a lot of options when you're falling behind like this. He'll probably be taking on this pitch.
Red light for Cade Lewis with runners on the corners and 1 out. And it skips in. 4th walk of the day for Hyannis pitching. Allows Cade Lewis to load the bases.
Now batting
We
from
wonder what the
Canada,
leash
number
is for
34,
Jared Jenkins.
Braden Holcomb.
Disappointing stretch of hitters to the plate after that leadoff strikeout to begin the fifth. It's actually a lefty warming in the pen in Hunter Dietz instead of Zach Edwards like we suspected.
Hyannis pitching, walked 10 the last time that these two teams met. Before that, they only walked 3 batters the first time. Things have really changed since June 19th. Bases full of Bourne Braves. Braden Holcomb at the plate for the 3rd time. Uncle Charlie taken to right center field. Sawyer Black giving it chase, makes the catch. Runner will tag, that brings home Logan Hughes. A sacrifice fly gives the Bourne Braves a 5-4 lead.
Now batting from Arkansas.
That was a really good route from Sawyer
Black.
Black. The tee to go straight back on it. You don't want to run lateral to it and then have to go backwards at the end. He took a really wide route, as it looks like Mitch Carricker is going to make a change.
Mitch Carricker coming out, talking to Jared Jenkins on the mound. And he immediately reaches for the baseball. Second pitching change of the night for Hyannis. They trail 5-4 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes, so like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails of doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Still bottom of the 5th inning. Hunter Dietz is the new pitcher on the mound for Hyannis. He's making his 4th appearance. All of them have been in relief. This is going to be his first time pitching against the Bourne Braves. Over 4 2/3. He's allowed 8 earned runs. He's walked 5, and he's struck out 5 as well. So Dietz has been struggling a little bit. That's an ERA of 15.43. And he comes into a very interesting situation. Runners on 1st and 2nd for the Bourne Braves. And only 2 out, or well, there are 2 outs in the inning, so a little bit of a dangerous scenario.
And Jared Jenkins only gets those 2 outs with a strikeout to lead off the frame. Sac fly from Braden Holcomb, the last batter he faces. A crooked number with 3 runs to the line, not finalized as well with those pair of runners on base. Only that 1 strikeout, couple of walks, and Bourne has taken the lead against Jared Jenkins.
Kuyo Aloy is at 2nd. Cade Lewis walked to get over to 1st. And Camden Kojal is stepping up to the plate. 0-for-2 ball game going for him. He's grounded out twice, both to Ryan McKay, the second baseman. Dietz, he's struggled to find the strike zone this season. 121 pitches, finding the inner black 45% of the time. His first pitch is up high. They check, and the runner did not, or the batter did not swing. Kojal with a check swing.
Dietz, a guy that's allowed runs in every outing so far. Didn't pitch a ton at Arkansas, like you said.
It's 1-0 inside, 2 balls.
And that's to say that he's only got 1 2/3 innings for his entire career with the Razorbacks after a couple of injuries.
Dietz still trying to find his flow. He's also walked at least 1 batter in every appearance so far with the Harbor Hawks. His 2-0 is a fastball, blows right past Kojal. And Dietz, he can work pretty long, at least in relieving terms. He can go 2, maybe even 3 innings. but he has struggled, so it'll depend on the start. The 2-1s in the zone for strike 2. And it's going to be responses like this. In his first couple appearances, he's gone down a lot early in counts.
Hasn't gotten really the chance to rectify that, but he'll have to undo Jared Jenkins' mess here.
2-2. Foul down the left field line. We'll do it again. Well, Jared Jenkins, the pitcher right before Dietz, had a couple scenarios where he had full counts, had the chance to get a couple runners out and prevent Bourne from taking the lead. Hunter Dietz in a similar spot right now, right away. Deuce's wild pitch. In the zone, strike 3. Hunter Dietz comes in, gets one out immediately, and saves Hyannis from going down big. It's a 5-4 Bourne lead heading into the top of the 6th.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
All-Star game presented by Milton.
Will Whelan still on the mound for the Bourne Braves. Pitched for 1 2/3 innings so far. He's averaged 2 innings through his first 6 appearances. 6 relief appearances, 12 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs allowed, 5 walks, and 12 strikeouts. He's a Minnesota Golden Gopher, but he only made 1 appearance in 2025. Pitched for 3 1/3. Allowed 1 run, an ERA of 2.7, with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. And now Gio Hyannis with the task and coming back from a 5-4 deficit after being up the last time that they had bats in their hands.
Yeah, that can be pretty demoralizing, Graham, but take the positive that Hyannis has scored in each of the last 3 frames. It feels like that's been a long time coming for the Harbor Hawks in July. So with the momentum still on the side of the bats, let's see if Sawyer Black can channel it to get it started.
Sawyer Black 1 for 1 with a walk on the ball game. In all of the past 3 innings, Hyannis leadoff batters have found a way to get on base. Hasn't always been pretty. There's a walk, an infield error in there, and a single. First pitch, Black takes outside for ball 1. Sawyer Black, a very roller coaster season so far. After not playing very many games for North Carolina, suffered a hamate bone injury, as we've been talking about. His 1-0. Foul down the left field side. Count runs even at 1-1. But in his 11 games started, he got at least 1 hit in 9 of them. When pinch hitting, he recorded a hit in 3 of 4. So he did a good job this last season of coming in when needed and getting that important hit. It's 1-1. Hit the other way, trying to stay fair, just a foot out of play. And his count runs to 1-2.
He's also got some nice power. 3 home runs in those 16 games at UNC. And it's sometimes hard for guys to find their power stroke when they haven't played consistent baseball. Of course, the large majority of his time playing in the beginning of the season, he suffers the injury, comes back, plays a little bit in the postseason, but just getting right back into the fire and being able to make an impact. It says a lot about a guy.
He also walked 5 times, not that high. What was high was 14 strikeouts. That's kind of what he was dealing with this last spring. 1-2, ground ball, second base. Ryan Cooney scoops and scores. 1 out in the inning. Sawyer Black, last time he was up He laid down a bunt, was able to reach first on an infield single, but we saw him kind of shaking that left hand that was injured. Fortunately, he's back up and swinging well, but for a moment there, he looked like that hand was bothering him.
Yeah, you always hold your breath, but it's just kind of one of those classic stingers. Got it too close to the label, and that one will vibrate the hands.
Owen Prince up for a third time. He takes a strike on a fastball. He's 0 for 2 in his first game with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks this summer. Prince coming over from the Martinsville Mustangs in the Coastal Plain League. Takes a ball outside and low. 1-1 count with the Mustangs. Played 35 games. Had a .317 average, 28 walks, only 11 strikeouts. As he takes a 1-1 low in a very similar spot to the last pitch, 2-1 count. He had a really, really strong season, or strong summer season of 35 games in the Coastal Plain League. Had an on-base percentage of .439. It's 2-1. Right down the center for strike 2.
And clearly, they know the scouting report on his speed because before the 2-strike count, Braden Holcomb, the third baseman, was playing even with the cut, trying to take away a potential drag bunt opportunity. Now he moves back.
He stole a third best 46 bases in this last season with Virginia Military Institute as he takes a ball away. Count runs full. That's not third best on the team, by the way. That's third best in the NCAA. Broke a couple records this last season at VMI as well in the stolen base category. His payoff. Pulled also towards the second baseman, Cooney. He scoops it and records the second out. But Prince showing off his speed. He almost got there.
Yeah,
go ahead, Max.
I was just going to say, I mouthed over to Daniel Battolino. We both agreed he's fast.
For a guy that's stolen as many as 6 bases in a single game, hasn't had a chance to do so here.
Now batting from Michigan State, number 5, Ryan McKay.
Well, I think we can pretty safely bet that when he does get on base, he'll get that sign from Mitch Carricker to run over and try to make that steal. We've got a technical issue with catcher Campbell Smithwick delaying the first pitch to Ryan McKay. And as we discussed a little bit earlier, Hyannis kind of in need of some more stolen bases. When they were the best team in the Cape Cod Baseball League back end of June, beginning of July, they stole the most bases in the Cape League. 31 swiped bags in June, only 9 in July, which is second worst in the Cape League this season. Over the course of June and July, they've stolen the 5th most bags with 40. Ryan McKay locks back in, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. McKay with only 1 registered at-bat. It was strikeout back in the first. He drew a walk in the third, and then a sac fly in the fourth. That turned into a double play as Charlie Bates was at third and didn't tag, or tagged too early. The 0-1. McKay hits one the other way again, this time much higher. Logan Hughes in position, and he records the third out. 3 up, 3 down for Will Whelan. Still a 5-4 ball game, Braves.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 5-4 ball game. The Braves leading the Harbor Hawks. And it was an offensive explosion for both teams back in the 5th. Hyannis with 2, Braves with 3. But it was very small ball-y for Bourne, besides a Riker Waite triple in the second batting spot of the inning. LeGrande with a single, Hughes with a walk, Aloy with a single, Lewis with a walk, and then Holcomb with a sacrifice fly. But that's kind of what teams have been doing against Hyannis. It hasn't been big hits, it's just been a slow burn.
It's somewhat, Graham, it's somewhat to an extent patchwork, right? You're not going to see a couple home runs, where that's rare in an inning, but you're not going to see 4 hits in a row. You're not going to see walk the bases loaded, walk in the run, right? It's kind of a little bit of everything. Get some help from Hyannis itself with errors left and right. None in this game yet for the Harbor Hawks, but a couple last night. That proved to be costly.
Leading off the inning will be Campbell Smithwick. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. After Smithwick, Cooney and Waite have had a lot of success. Single for Cooney, and then Waite with a home run and a triple. First pitch, Smithwick takes a fastball high for ball 1. Hunter Dietz, it kind of felt like his command was all over the place with every pitch, Max. He didn't really have a dependable one back in the 5th inning. 1-0, that time a strike on a fastball.
And let's not forget, I mean, this is a 1-run game, but it feels like it's not, just considering how tough Hyannis has put itself in a position, or rather, how tough of a position Hyannis has put itself in, considering the walks, the free passes, the miscues. I mean, it's just been such a struggle during this month. And
1-1. Nailed to left center field. Moving over, Luigi. It's over his head and at the wall. Campbell Smithwick with extra bases. A leadoff double. And Bourne right back on their horse.
Well, that's a really impressive swing, going the opposite way,
Now
left on left.
Number 11,
And pretty
Ryan
hard to do
Cooney.
to that part of the ballpark. And that's something that you'll accept if you're Hyannis. You don't want to give him anything free, like a walk, a hit by pitch. If he's going to beat you at the plate with a nice swing, all you can do is tip your cap, but at least you're not putting him on first base. In this case, a double.
Riker Waite had a triple just an inning ago in a similar spot pretty early in the inning. And LeGrande, the next guy up, brought him home immediately. Hunter Dietz had a little bit of trouble when runners were on base. It's Ryan Cooney. He takes upstairs a fastball.
And let's not forget, Graham, that the most difficult out in this order in Riker Waite is on deck.
One-0. Hit high into left field. Charlie Bates, the shortstop, giving chase. Called off by Jeff Luigi, who makes the catch. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting from Vanderbilt, number 3, Riker Waite.
Bourne, part of the reason for their success in this ball game, they're 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position right now. A number that's been very high for opposing teams facing Hyannis. This has been a trend as of late. Opposing teams in the month of July hitting .308 with runners in scoring position. First pitch just outside to Riker Waite. And that just kind of speaks to the team's struggles. Is yes, there have been hits, but there have been hits in big moments. There have been hits at the right time. And that's what Hyannis hasn't been able to pitch around. 0-1, misses outside again on a curveball.
You say that perfectly, Graham, because all these hits come at an opportune time for the other team. Yeah, that's what you've established, but it just seems that miscues make that, they amplify it.
Hunter Dietz down 2-0. Down 3-0, it skips past Dayton LaChance. That allows Smithwick to take third.
Case in point, because now you got a guy 90 feet away, and you don't even get yourself into those situations if you don't make the miscues in the first place, Graham. So, yeah, you can point to the fact that they've all been all the hits for the opponents have seemed to come at really clutch times, but think about the setup to those clutch situations as well.
It's a 3-0 count. LaChance takes a moment to talk to his pitcher, Hunter Dietz. With that wild pitch, there's now been a wild pitch, a pass ball, and a balk. in this ball game for Hyannis pitching. (3-0). Right down Broadway, taking the whole way for a first strike of the at-bat.
Not to mention 4 walks and a hit by pitch as well.
3-1. Fouled off. Another fastball right down the heart of the zone. And Waite puts it into the right field net.
I think every fan in here, whether you're for Bourne or Hyannis, looking for a hit here for Riker Waite. Home run and a triple.
Taken outside, ball 4. Riker Waite, 2 hits away from the cycle, and he lays off on a fastball just outside. Shows the maturity and the professionalism.
Put the team first instead of the stat line.
So runners now on the corners. 1 out in the inning, 5-4 Braves lead in the bottom of the 6th. John LaGrande back up for a 4th time. The Braves, this will be their 4th time through the order. LaGrande, the leadoff man. Runner goes on the first pitch, and it's called a strike. LaChance botched it on the transfer. But maybe fortunate, because if he made that throw, it's likely Smithwick would have tried to come home.
Or they would have cut it off. They have a lot of first and third plays where sometimes the infielder fielding it doesn't even go for the tag. They just go right back to the plate, and it's kind of those plays that teams put on. But to your point, Graham, we haven't seen that a lot from Hyannis this season.
Second stolen base of the day for the Braves. 0-1. Misses low.
And what the stolen base also does, as we mentioned earlier, John LaGrande leads the Braves with 4 ground into double plays. And now that opportunity not there.
1-1. Swung on and missed, but a pass ball. That allows both runners to advance one station. It brings Smithwick home. 6-4 Braves lead, and another pitching miscue.
As opposed to the first pass ball for Bourne, it takes a really hard bounce off that brick backstop. This one finds the right corner down by the Bourne dugout, third base line, and spins that way away from Dayton LaChance, chasing it down, so he had an even tougher time trying to get that back.
The only good news maybe for Hunter Dietz in that situation is that it was a swing and a miss from LaGrande, so it's a 1-2 count with 1 out. But still a runner 90 feet away now when Riker Waite. The 1-2. Upstairs on a fastball.
Can see LaGrande choked up with 2 strikes here. He's got the 1 out to work with. And with Waite just 90 feet away, any sort of ball deep enough will bring another insurance run home.
Especially with the infield in. You can bloop one right over the infielders.
2-2. Upstairs check swing. LaGrande did not go around. Count runs full. Well, it's a game of inches, and I think it has been exactly that for Hyannis pitching. Still only 1 out in the inning, 6-4 ball game. Payoff pitch inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Hunter Dietz. That's now 6 on the day for Hyannis pitching. Runners back on the corners. And the struggles, you can't make it up.
It's like Groundhog Day, Graham. Feels like the same sorts of things have been the Achilles heel for Hyannis this month of July, to be frank.
Hyannis relievers with a 5.49 ERA coming into this game, the worst in the Cape League. They've also allowed 80 walks, which is also the worst in the Cape League. As there's a check over at LaGrande, he's safe. Logan Hughes up to the plate, trying to register his first official at bat. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Strike on the inside corner, fastball. The only saving grace for Hyannis relievers is that they've struck out 158 batters, which is a league best. But again, Mitch Carricker tells us those numbers don't matter if you're not winning. 0-1 blows by Hughes.
And the reason, yeah, Graham, that seems obvious. You got to win games to make those numbers count. But the amount of free passes, even if it hasn't been recently, continues to be the sole factor for why.
Check over at first base. LeGrande's safe.
It'll negate league best batting average, most strikeouts in the league, at 1 point leading the West Division by a healthy margin. Wipes all that off the board.
Runner goes on the 0-2. It's hit down the left side, right over the heads of the Braves in the dugout. And one of Hughes' teammates points to the outfield and says, that way, hit it over there.
Look alive in the dugout.
John LeGrand tried to pretend like he was on second base on the pitch, but the home plate umpire, Joe Gravina, noticed and sent him back. That was also a hit and run, considering that ball was at his eye level, but kind of a funny play by LeGrand.
Tried to pull a fast one.
We've seen a hidden ball trick. Have you seen a hidden steal trick? That might be a new one. It's an 0-2 count with one out and a check over at LeGrand immediately. He's very speedy. He has stolen a team-high 11 bags this season, including one today back in the 5th. We talked about small ball at the beginning of the inning. He small balled it about as much as you could. Singled, then stole second, another check over, and he's safe. And then the pitcher at the time, Jared Jenkins, balked and got him over to third. Runner goes, foul ball straight back. And LeGrand yet again is going to have to go back to first base.
He's getting his steps in here.
This has been a true battle between pitcher and batter. Logan Hughes has been hard to beat. 4 pitches, 2 straight strikes, and then back-to-back foul balls. 0-2, LeGrand goes again, hit and run, left side. Lugian left giving chase, jumps and makes the catch. Runner tags, Riker Waite comes across home. LeGrand stays at first base. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 7-4 Braves. More small ball, giving them a 3-run cushion.
And credit Jeff Lugie. That was a really nice play in left field. And trying to keep his momentum coming home or at least towards the infield as much as possible. Of course, the runner going to be tagging no matter what. But it also keeps LeGrand from moving up because LeGrand was on the move. He retreats back to first. And he's going to be watching and see if he can make it second.
And Graham, you say small ball. I'll highlight discipline of that. Multiple walks in each of the last 2 scoring frames.
First pitch strike on the lower part of the zone to Cuyo Aloy. Aloy 1 for 2, a single, a ground into a double play, and then a walk. Sandwiched in between them in the 3rd inning. 2 outs in the inning. It took a while for Hunter Dietz to get that second out, but it has flashed up on the scoreboard. A check over at LeGrand. He's safe. That has got to be 4 or 5 checks over at John LeGrand at first.
Yeah, pitch clock was getting pretty low.
Dietz throws one and it's fouled again. LeGrand went, and he has to retreat.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on him.
He was rubbing his face so that the helmet kind of pitched back to the crown of his head, and he just looks exhausted, jogging back to first. I do not envy John LeGrand.
That could favor Dayton LaChance. If he does get a chance to try and catch him along the base pass, he'll be a bit more tired than he would have been.
Another check over on an 0-2. It'll have to wait. Cuyo Aloy coming off that single most recently. 2 outs in the inning, 7-4 lead Braves. Runner goes, curveball outside, LaChance throwing down, and LeGrand still finds a way to steal second. After 4 or 5 attempts that have turned into foul balls, or that did turn into foul balls, he takes second base.
That's to go along with a steal in the 5th as well before he was brought home from Cuyo Aloy's single. So LeGrand's gotten his steps in tonight. Now he's in scoring position as Bourne tries to pour it on.
3 stolen bags for the Braves in this ball game. All 3 of them in the last inning and 2/3. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs to Kuyo Aloy. Runner in scoring position, 7-4 lead for the Braves. The pitch, curveball, misses high. The count runs level.
We keep coming back to those uncompetitive misses, but if it's not even going to induce the thought of a swing, it's not a pitch that is productive.
Deuce is wild. Inside, count runs full. Dietz was ahead 0-2 in the count and has thrown 3 straight balls to Kuyo Aloy. Payoff pitch outside. 4 straight balls to give Aloy his 11th walk of the season. He's now second alone in that category for Bourne.
Number 23, Cade Lewis.
7 walks on the ball game for Hyannis pitching. Gives Bourne another chance to score another in this inning. Last night there were only 4 against YD, and afterwards we kind of said to each other, it feels like that could have been the bump. That could have been the hump to get over. As the first pitch misses outside to Cade Lewis, but it just keeps going back to this trend.
And it also seems like Hyannis kind of plays up to their competition. Whenever they've played really good teams, they've been walking less, but then the Braves, not that they're a bad team, the Braves have walked a lot themselves.
1-0, hit hard down the left side, but it goes foul.
And Hyannis kind of matching that right here, but the only difference is Braves have 3 more runs than they do.
We talked yesterday, you bring up playing to your opponent. If you play up, that's great, but when you play down, that's when you start to have issues. And these teams, record-wise, pretty level, but at least early in the season, Hyannis had much better numbers than the Braves.
Yeah, and they really played up to YD yesterday. 5-4 final. And not a game where Hyannis looked as lethargic as it is right now.
2 outs, 7-4 lead for the Braves. The 1-1 catches the lower part of the zone to Cade Lewis. Lewis 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 ground outs to Ryan McKay at second base. Hunter Dietz trying to just get out of the inning. Runners on first and second. 1-2. Upstairs. Dietz was brought in back in the 5th to get 1 out. He did exactly that. He struck out Camden Kojal looking. And Smithwick led off this inning with a double. Riker walked. LeGrande walked. And Aloy walked. 2-2. Catches strike 3. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. That makes it a 7-4 ball game in favor of the Braves. And before we go to the top of the 7th, our Ava Fernandez caught up with Charlie Bates and Ryan Speciak, a couple Cardinal, before we came to the ballpark.
Ava Fernandez alongside Charlie Bates and Ryan Speciak, and you guys are both playing at Stanford, and you both just came here for the summer. What has been the feeling like playing together on that team and here?
It was so much fun meeting Speciak this year coming as a freshman. He did a great job kind of showing me the ropes, especially in the weight room. And then coming out here with him it's been a blast. I mean, we're best friends, so.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun getting to play with Bates, and especially seeing him come out and obviously play in the Cape as a freshman. That's an experience only so many people get to have. And myself, it's a great time, and being able to share with, obviously, a bunch of players from the ACC and the SEC, and just top players from all around. It's pretty fun, especially going to California.
Okay, you're both coming from California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is it like being over here all the way in Mass?
I'd say it's actually pretty similar, like the city aspect, because we're right next to San Francisco. But I'd say the weather is definitely the biggest change with the humidity and the rain. We don't really get that. It's 70 and sunny every day where we're from. So
Yeah. How is the rain? Do you guys not get any rain there at all?
There's rain. There's rain. It's a little bit different than this. It's a less consistent basis. But the Cape Cod's awesome. I think I've told everyone in my family that I want to ultimately live out here one day if I get that chance. So it's pretty fun to do without the weather, especially during the other parts of the year. So it is what it is, but it's a great place.
And you guys play a ton of your teammates on Stanford all across the Cape. There's all different teammates on every single team. How has it kind of been like playing them and what has been your favorite part about that?
I miss him so much, everyone on the team, and so whenever we get to see him, it's such a good time. I know Katuitt has a lot of those guys, so I always love playing them. That's always a good matchup.
He's warming. He's
warming. On top of that, so it's competitive. It's fun.
Similar, I think it's fun just to have everybody be able to share this experience, and it's not just something you talk about for the rest of the year. This is something you get to hold on to for the rest of your life.
Famous last words, you better know.
Top of the 7th inning. Thank you so much, Ava. Jake Schaffner leading off in the top of the 7th. 7-4 ball game in favor of Bourne. Schaffner takes a fastball in the lower part of the zone for a strike. Schaffner 1 for 3, singled most recently back in the 5th. Will Whelan still dealing, and the 0-1 is away. Well, as was the case in yesterday's game, Hyannis' bats have done a pretty good job keeping up, but the pitching has kind of let him down. 1-1. Fly down the left side, foul.
I point to yesterday's game, but you could really point to any of the games in the last week, Graham, where Hyannis, again, walks 9 times, loses the game after not scoring until the 9th inning of a 2-run game. Yeah, gets started off early like Mitch Carricker said would help him in this game. That's exactly what they did here tonight, but hasn't profited.
1-2, Schaffner takes a ball on a breaking pitch.
And from the outside looking in, if we were to pinpoint one thing and be more specific beyond free passes, beyond walks, I would bring that to
2-2. Fouled straight down. Schaffner is going to stay alive. We had a little confusion, maybe a foul tip into the glove of Smithwick. That's certainly what the Braves thought.
But home plate umpire Joe Gravina saying it hit the ground before obviously coming into the glove. Anyways, what I was saying is if we were to look at something very specific, like beyond the walks, beyond all those free passes, I would say that those uncompetitive misses is what changes every single at-bat on the mound. Because it's not only walking hitters, it's being wild within the zone, trying to get back into the strike zone. It's everything.
2-2 again to Schaffner. Curveball misses inside, count runs full.
To that end, Max, uncompetitive misses really the spark plug, as you're saying, for like wild pitches, pass balls, but also errors in the field, where if you get a weird hop or a weird bounce off a certain location of a pitch, that could convolute things for the infield and contribute to free passes.
Payoff. Schaffner cues it the other way. Braden Holcomb charges, gloves it, throws it, and it gets past first baseman Cade Lewis. Will likely go down as a single, as Schaffner was pretty much already there by the time the ball got to first base. Leadoff hit for Jake Schaffner, his second leadoff single of the ball game.
Second in a row as well for Schaffner, who we mentioned, Graham, after missing 8 games, made the remarkable effort to come back. Not something you see all too often here on Cape Cod, just given the way that this is a developmental league for players as much as it is for these teams to win games. And didn't skip a beat despite a struggle, but is now beginning to look more like himself.
With that throwing error from Holcomb, Schaffner able to go to second base. First pitch to Doby. Catches inside for a first pitch strike. Almost an identical situation for Schaffner in his 2 leadoff hits. Back in the 5th, it was a leadoff single that he pulled to left field. Logan Hughes in the outfield made an error trying to field it, allowed Schaffner to take second as the 0-1 is fouled straight back towards us. No balls and 2 strikes. In the 7th, Schaffner with a single and a throwing error from Braden Holcomb allows him to advance to second. I'm sure he's not complaining, as in the 5th inning, he ended up scoring. It was one of 2 runs that the Harbor Hawks brought through. 0-2. Doby pops one up, curling foul down the first base side, and it goes foul. Nearly hit a fan in the stands, but everyone's all right. Doby coming off a perfect performance yesterday against YD, 4 for 4 with a walk. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout in this ball game. His 0-2. Past him, strike 3. Will Whelan with strikeout number 2 on the day. That's number 5 for Bourne pitching.
He looks so comfortable on top of the bump. Reverse approach, start with the breaking ball, get a couple fastballs in there. Good from Dobie to fight a couple off with the foul balls. And then the wipeout breaking ball for out number 1.
Brings up Gabe Camacho, who takes a strike on the lower part of the zone, a breaking pitch. Well, in all of Whelan's 6 appearances, he's only gone for 2 innings. With that strikeout of Dobie, he's now gone for 3. His 0-1 is low in the zone again, and Camacho swings through it. If Whelan keeps pitching like this, imagine that the Braves will let him go for as long as he wants. 2 straight strikes to Camacho. The 0-2. Past him, strike 3. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back swinging Ks for Will Whelan.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go right back to the breaking ball. This one hung a bit more down and away to the lefty Camacho. Just a very difficult location to get a bat around to try and put something on that.
Jeff Lugie coming to the plate for a 4th time. 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats. He walked his first time up. Most recently, hit a ground rule double. Hits the first pitch into left center field. It's going to drop and bring around Schaffner. He gets the wave. The ball's all the way up in the left center wall. Lugie stands up on second. A stand-up RBI double for Jeff Lugie. Makes it a 7-5 ball game in favor of Bourne.
I got to call him Luigi 2 bags. How about back-to-back plate appearances with an RBI double? Last time a 2-run double. This time just one with Schaffner, but he's going the other way in both of those doubles. It's looking really good to see him take it to the opposite field, especially on the left-on-left matchup.
Jeff Lugie has established himself as one of Hyannis' best hitters right now, working a 7-game hit streak, 9-game on-base streak. Over those 7 games, he's had 4 multi-hit performances. Also, 4 extra base hits. First pitch upstairs allows Lugie to try to take third. He's well late to the bag, and that is going to end the inning. The brick wall backstop allows Campbell Smithwick to turn around, glove it, and get Jeff Lugie as he tries to take third base. Before we go to the bottom of the 7th, our very own Sam Montag has a little bit more on 7th inning struggles for Hyannis. Sam?
Thanks, Graham. Well, the Hawks have a chance in these late 7th innings, in this late game, 7th inning and on, but it's going to have to come with all of their strength. Lately, their pitching has been the worst in the entire league, 7th inning and on, with an ERA of 5. That ranks lowest in the league, and to continue their struggles, Bourne has the 2nd highest average in the entire league, 7th inning and on. That means as this Hawks pitching goes down further and further, the Braves offense continues to compound higher and higher. So the Hawks are really going to have to buckle down on that pitching side. But there is one hope for the Hawks. The Hawks still have the highest average in the entire league, 7th inning and later. You saw it in that inning right there, 2 hits with a big double from Jeff Lugie to bring them 1 run closer. But despite their highest average, they only have 28 runs, which ties for the 7th highest, almost bottom of the league. So it's going to be these runners left on base that are going to cost the Hawks the win. They're going to need to buckle down in every clutch situation, ensure that no runners are left on base, and take advantage of every opportunity that they have in the 7th inning and later from here on out, really, and especially tonight. Thanks, and back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Sam. The 7th inning struggles for Hyannis pitching, and 7th inning success for Bourne bats kind of feels like the perfect storm right now for the Harbor Hawks. But they're bringing in a new pitcher to see if they can weather it. Griffin Graves steps up to the mound. He's got an inflated 11.37 ERA over 4 appearances, 6 1/3 innings pitched with 3 walks and 10 Ks. He's allowed an earned run, at least 1 earned run, in 3 of his 4 appearances, and in both of his last 2. That against Wareham, and then against this Bourne team on the 8th. Back on the 8th, he pitched for 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. Struck out 1, didn't walk anybody. That maybe has been Graves' saving grace. He's only walked 3 over his 4 appearances, and he struck out 10. So for a Hyannis team whose walks have been extremely high and whose whip is way up there, Griffin Graves, despite his struggles with the earned runs, might be a good guy to bring in this scenario.
I think so, Graham. Even though the tumultuous last outing, he has shown that he can be very good at times this season at getting outs when it matters. He comes into that first game against Orleans, strikes out the side in relief of Richie Roman to begin the game, and tagged for a 2-run home run by Avery Covarrubias for the Firebirds, a game that Hyannis would go on to win. But it's only one scoreless outing, as you mentioned, for Griffin Graves. So the fastball that dials up to 95, he's got to use that if he wants to take command in this game.
Graves set to face off against 5-6-7, beginning with Braden Holcomb. Holcomb 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout, a sac fly. His first pitch, grounded right back up the middle. Charlie Bates charging from short, and it pierces past him. Leadoff single for Braden Holcomb. It's back-to-back innings where leadoff batters for Bourne has gotten on base.
And you mentioned, Graham, the walks honestly not as high as you might expect this Hyannis bullpen reliever to have, but it's been the hits, more hits than innings pitched coming in, and case in point on the first pitch.
Graves, he's found the zone 67% of the time, but perhaps that's the problem. He's putting it in the strike zone, and opposing teams, opposing players are finding that ball. Camden Kojal 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he takes a strike low and away.
It's not just the zone, it's what part of the strike zone.
A 1. Past him, strike 2. So Max, saying what part of the strike zone, are you... Would you say that leaving it over the middle is the issue, or just not painting it quite as much as he should?
I think generally pitches...
0-2, low.
Pitches up in the zone tend to be hit very well, especially around the belt and up. But, I mean, there's different hot spots for certain hitters, like left-handed hitters, especially from right-handed pitchers. Of course, Graves a lefty. They like that low and inside corner because it's really, tailing into the barrel. Here, lefty-lefty, they like fastballs up and in if they can get to it.
1-2, fastball by him, strike 3, runner goes, and he's safely into second base. Holcomb steals, but Kojal strikes out. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th.
He'll take the out with the K, but Holcomb with an incredible jump off of first base, and that could be a risky play with 2 strikes in that specific situation for Cam Kojal. Definitely a great hitter at the plate, but he could quickly be down to 2 outs for Campbell Smithwick.
Campbell Smithwick, 1 for 2 with a double on the day. A double coming most recently for him back in the 6th. And he takes a fastball right down Broadway. That fastball seems to be locating pretty well for him.
And I was just going to say, I mean, this is refreshing, at least so far, because if he's filling up good parts of the zone and he's not missing wildly all over the place, that's going to set him up for success. It looks like they're going to go outside right here.
A 1 is low, blocked by LaChance. That time the breaking ball. Didn't get a great release point on it. Also helping Graves, 5 of the Bourne batters are lefties. A switch hitter in the 9th spot in Riker Waite. But he can use that slider. He can use that breaking pitch to his advantage and tunnel it well with the fastball. 1-1. Curve misses low. 2-1 count. And that part of the zone has not been too friendly.
I thought he was going to get the call specifically because it was low, but maybe it missed out.
2-1 with 1 out. Fastball right down the middle.
And comes back with that location, Max. No debate there. And again, that fastball has been the working pitch. Skips a couple breaking balls in. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
1 out in the inning. 2-2. Fastball that time away, and the count runs full. Hyannis pitchers have faced a plethora of full count pitches in this ball game. Not too many of them have gone their way.
Credit the Bourne hitters as well. They've put some great swings on.
The payoff. Outside on a fastball, ball 4. That was as close could be. But it ends up being walk number 8 for Hyannis pitching.
That's a competitive miss from Griffin Graves. Depending on the hitter, Campbell Smithwick, known for walking a lot, so he's going to lay off that one most every time in 3-ball counts. But you get a guy like Riker Waite, who's red hot, you could get a swing there.
And that pitch right in the buffer zone, according to the Cape Cod Baseball League live summary. If you want to see where all these pitches are landing, feel free to go to the website. Leads to Ryan Cooney. Cooney 1 for 3 with a strikeout. His first pitch. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Braden Holcomb over at second base. Campbell Smithwick at first. More chances with runners in scoring position. The Braves 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. 1-0. Catches on a heater. That one low in the zone. And Graves got the nod from home plate umpire Joe Gravina. But the ability to hit with runners in scoring position has been pretty common for Bourne against Hyannis. Double steal fouled straight back. And so both runners will have to return to their respective bags. Count runs to 1-2.
I think Graves should just keep going to the bottom part of the strike zone. I mean, that part of the zone has been pretty liberal for Gravina. Definitely, side to side, very conservative, at least right off the plate. So, I mean, if it's working, if you're getting calls, and it's hard for a hitter to golf a pitch like that, I say go right back to it.
1-2. Fastball catches low, strike 3. 2 outs, both strikeouts in the inning for Griffin Graves. And the left-hander is 1 out away from keeping it clean in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, now he's got one swinging of Cam Kojal, very difficult to do, but both of them in very good locations with the upstairs fastball. This one he goes to the lower part of the zone as Max was calling for on Cooney and freezes him.
Riker Waite steps back into the righty's box. Takes a fastball right down the middle. Well, I think they might have heard you, Max. They're going straight to the heat every single time now. Waite, a double and a single away from the cycle. He's 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. His 0-1. Breaking ball, that one finds it. His breaking pitches have been pretty uncompetitive, but now that he's established that zone with a fastball, he might be getting some confidence with his other 2.
Especially with that one. Disgusting looping breaker.
Graves hits Waite on the stomach. And he is down in some pain, immediately dropped to his knees. Now stretching, taking off his batting gloves, and is going to trot over to first base.
That kind of came out of nowhere. It looked like Graves really had great command right there, and my premonition is he tried to go to a fastball inside and just completely yanked it. And that hurts. That's really tough for Riker Waite.
Waite did go over to first, currently standing there. And with that hit batsman, the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. And John LeGrande coming back up. LeGrande had a slow start to the ball game, 0 for 2, a ground out and a line out. But he singled in the 5th, came around to score, walked in the 6th, stole second, got himself in scoring position. Although his next 3 teammates couldn't bring him home, he is always threatening. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch breaking ball, catches the lower part of the zone, strike 1.
LeGrande didn't like it in that spot, but a great pitch on the hanger from Griffin Graves.
The 0-1. McKay scoops it and gets the out at first. Griffin Graves leaves 3 on the base paths and keeps it a 7-5 ball game heading into the 8th.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
Top of the 8th inning, another close ball game between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Bourne Braves at Doran Park. It's 7-5 right now in favor of Bourne, and these two teams have just been going back and forth, scoring runs seemingly at will. And it's going to come down to the pitching late in the ball game. Due up for Hyannis, it's 6-7-8. Dayton LaChance, Charlie Bates, and Sawyer Black. These three batters have kind of struggled in this ball game. Sawyer Black and Dayton LaChance each with singles. Black and Bates with a walk as well. But other than that, it's been pretty dry. They're going to go up against a new pitcher for the Bourne Braves in Logan Beavis. Beavis, he's made 4 appearances, pitched 9 2/3. An ERA of 4.66, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts. And he's replacing Will Whelan, who had a heck of an appearance. Leading off, Dayton LaChance, singled in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th, flew out back in the 5th. Checks his swing on a first pitch fastball, and it's by him for a strike. Whelan went for more innings than he has this entire season. As the 0-1 is low for a ball.
4 full frames for Will Whelan in relief of Nate Wysong. 5 hits. He does allow 3 runs, strikes out 3, walks 1. Some damage control after a couple of early runs from Hyannis in the outing.
1-1. Curveball hit the other way. Ryan Cooney gets it on a hop and records the first out. Logan Beavis, a Texas Tech Red Raider, made 1 appearance in 2025, pitched for 1 inning, allowed 1 earned run. He also walked 1, struck out 1. So he's another guy that's looking for more consistent reps, looking for a way to get back on the top of his game before the 2026 baseball season. First pitch, fastball is low and inside to Charlie Bates. Bates 0 for 2 with a walk. That walk extends an on-base streak for him. The 0-1-0, chopped foul right back towards us. His on-base streak currently at 8 straight. He's trying to hop back on the horse of a hitting streak. Had a 6-game hit streak going before going 0 for 2 yesterday against YD. But he did record 3 walks, his first time with multiple walks in a performance. 1-1. Inside on a breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind blowing from right to left in the outfield, maybe a little bit from home plate. It's swirling a little bit. 2-1. Chopped right back up the middle, but slowly Riker Waite has to charge in. Gloves it, doesn't have a play. And it's an infield single for Charlie Bates. Hyannis is going to bring in a pinch hitter for Sawyer Black. It is Devin Mitchell.
Now batting from Florence.
Mitchell
Junior College,
had the hottest
28,
start that you can
Devin
have
Mitchell.
to a Cape League season back on the 11th of this month. One at bat in relief against Orleans, 1 home run, but since then he's struggled. 1 for his last 12 at the plate. Charlie Bates over at first with 1 out, a 7-5 lead for the Braves in the top of the 8th. Makes contact on the first pitch, sends it high to left field, but right at Logan Hughes. And Bates has to return to first. 2 outs in the inning.
Like the aggression from Devin Mitchell. Change it with 1 swing of the bat. But make no mistake that now Owen Prince pigeonholed with 2 outs. It's like some fog starting to settle over the field as well.
A lot of dust also getting kicked up with the wind.
That could be it too.
Owen Prince, 0 for 3 in the ball game, coming up with 2 outs. Runner goes, pitch in for a ball, and Bates slides underneath the tag.
It's kind of cool from Riker Waite. Runs over from his post at short in midair, tags Charlie Bates. He's well safe, but he scrapes the helmet.
The pitch looked good from Logan Beavis, but it's called a ball. 1-0. Fought off down the left side. A fan just misses the catch.
Come on. Camped under it and everything.
It's the second stolen base of the day for Hyannis. Only stole 1 yesterday, and Ryan McKay. None against Wareham. 1-1. Right down Broadway for strike 2.
Must have been guessing something else. That was a really good pitch to do damage on the fastball down the middle, as you mentioned, Graham.
And if Prince reaches, almost a guarantee of the double steal.
Two outs in the inning. Bates dancing, 1-2. Grounded up the middle, past the pitcher Beavis. A nice glove from the second baseman, and the throw in time. Ryan Cooney with a great play to end the top of the 8th. Still a 7-5 lead for the Braves heading into the bottom of the inning.
Owning a home means you can protect your family and put down roots in a community you care about. It gives you a place to celebrate the joys of daily living and be together during tough times. But for many on Cape Cod, home ownership is slipping further out of reach. Help make sure the American dream is available to the teachers, public safety professionals, and all the other people who make the Cape a special place. Visit capehousingmatters.org to find out more.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Doran Park. Hyannis and Bourne locked in a close one. It's 7-5 Braves. Couple results already from around the league. Brewster absolutely smoked Falmouth 12-3, which is very important for the West Division, as Falmouth are right in that middle ground area. They're now tied with Hyannis. Hyannis, with the loss from Falmouth, actually jumps ahead of them into the 3rd spot. The other result, YD took down Cotuit 8-5. So Cotuit stays with 24 points. If Hyannis is able to pull out a win, it would actually potentially jump up to first place if Wareham were to lose. Wareham locked into a battle right now with Harwich. They're leading 13-7 So the Mariners would have to make quite the comeback, but still possibilities for Hyannis to jump back to the top of the West Division. The other ball game right now, Chatham taking down Orleans 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Parity all across this league, Graham, in this summer. Wild stuff on both sides.
Griffin Graves still on the mound for Hyannis. After a very solid 7th inning, the bases were loaded, and he got out of it. First pitch to the leadoff batter, John LeGrande. His pass for a strike, or excuse me, Logan Hughes. LeGrande grounded out, back in the 4th to end the inning. Logan Hughes, he still is yet to register an at-bat. Fouls one straight back, and he's down 0-2. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a sac fly to left. That brought home Riker Waite. The 0-2 fouled off again. And this is what Logan Hughes has done. He's just battled, and battled. Fouled off balls, been competitive, and it's led to really good results. Oh, 2. Fastball outside. Griffin Graves struck out 2 batters back in the 7th to record his first 2 outs, and then got LeGrande to ground into one. 1-2. Breaking ball just misses outside. The slider couldn't quite locate. Seven-5 ball game, Braves. 2-2. Nailed to center field, sending back Owen Prince, but he's got room, and he makes the catch.
Just a hair under that time from Logan Hughes. And a fastball from Griffin Graves. Sitting 93-95. That's located very well, and that's the first batter we've seen all game, Graham, that's jumped on it to any sort of success.
Griffin Graves with a good first out. As Bourne was really starting to find momentum with their leadoff hitters. Braden Holcomb led off the 7th with a single. Campbell Smithwick led off the 6th with a double. So to get that first out doesn't seem like much, but it could really shut down the Bourne bats. First pitch strike on an off-speed to Kuyo Aloy. Aloy 1 for 2 on the day, a single, surrounded by 2 walks, and he grounded into a double play his first time up in the first inning. Aloy takes a fastball away. Count is 1-1. Hyannis relievers trying to shut things down in innings 7, 8, and 9 for the first time in a while. Like we heard from reporter Sam Montag, they've really struggled in these late 3 innings. 1-1. Hit to the right side and hard, but Ryan McKay gets it on a hop. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, it's Web Gem o'clock here at Doran Park with a really difficult play from Ryan McKay. Very hard hit ball from Kuyo Aloy. Doesn't bat an eye, just picks it right off the ground, spins for out number 1.
2 out. Cade Lewis up to the plate. Griffin Graves going for a 1-2-3 inning. Last time Hyannis had a 1-2-3 in this game, it was back in the 4th. That was Max Stamell's last inning of work. First pitch, slider away for ball 1. It was a really quick start for Max Stamell. Faced the minimum in the first 2 innings, and then a longer third where the Braves put up a 2 spot. But he got right back on the horse, 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. 1-0 is fouled right back in the mask of Dayton LaChance behind the plate. He's a little shaken up, but standing seems to be all right. Gravina is going to throw the ball to Griffin Graves, give him a little time.
That could be the most painful thing for a catcher. It looks like Cade Lewis got him with the bat in the way around as he tried to chase it. Now comes the trainer along with manager Mitch Carricker.
And Dayton LaChance is smiling, but still just want to make sure that he is all right, because that was a pretty quick pitch moving in towards home plate. And Cade Lewis kind of got as little of it as he possibly could, just redirected it into his mask instead of tipping it into his mask. Still all smiles from Dayton LaChance. Now the Hyannis staff will retreat. Cade Lewis with a 1-1 count. He's over 3 on the day with a walk back in the 5th inning. Trying to spark a little 2-out rally here. Bourne has done that already a little bit in this ball game, back in those middle innings. The 1-1. Curve ball upstairs. 2-1 count.
I think regardless of the outcome, it's been a resurgent outing for Griffin Graves, who's allowed runs in 3 of his 4 outings so far this season.
2-1. Fastball locates for strike 2. That pitch was working wonders for him in the last inning.
Sure was, and not any surprise he's gone back to it. He went back to it to induce the flyout of Logan Hughes. No reason why he shouldn't go back to it to Cade Lewis here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Griffin Graves. Still a 7-5 ball game heading into the 9th.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes, so like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Hyannis has 3 outs to find 2 runs. It's 7-5 Braves going into the top of the 9th inning, but a good part of the order to have due up. McKay, Schaffner, and Doby, 1, 2, 3 coming up for Mitch Carricker's squad.
And Logan Beavis getting another chance to try and finish this one out. Scott Landers for Bourne trying to conserve as many arms as possible. Of course, a 2-day break coming up this weekend for the entire league as we'll play the All-Star game at Red Wilson Field on Saturday. But we've seen teams recently against Hyannis only use a couple of pitchers. YD last night used a different pitcher each of the final 4 frames to close out the Harbor Hawks, and so that could be a situational thing. But just 2 guys out for Katuitt on the 13th with Bo Sampson and Tyler Albanese. So something, a bit of a diversion what we've seen last night, but Bourne back to typical ways against Hyannis tonight.
In yesterday's ball game against YD, it was a 2-run affair going into the top of the 9th, or into the bottom of the 9th. Hyannis scored 1 right away. Jake Schaffner led off the inning with a triple, and he was brought home by Ryan McKay. Today the order is flipped. Ryan McKay will lead off with Jake Schaffner just behind him. First pitch. He makes contact, sends it down the left field line. It goes foul. McKay, a little bit of a slower day at the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk and then a sac fly. But if that's a slow day for him, that's going to be a pretty good day nonetheless. Still finds a way to get on base. 0-1. He misses on a fastball just underneath it. Count goes to 0-2.
But, Graham, we have seen him be a bit swing-happy on his strikeouts, especially recently. All 3 strikeouts swinging against Wareham and Katuitt when he went 0 for 8 before the 3 for 3 game yesterday.
McKay's 0-2. He's away on a heater. McKay starting to use that eye a little bit more. 3 walks over his last 2 ball games. Only had 4 going into yesterday's competition for the course of the season. 1-2, curveball away. Count levels at 2 apiece.
I think the most shocking thing this season for Ryan McKay, we haven't even talked about, he's got 11 strikeout-less appearances this year. He's got 1 tonight, but it doesn't mean he hasn't been effective.
He struck out 31 times at Michigan State in 2025. Go along with a team best in walks. Makes contact on the 2-2, but sends it foul down the third base line. 31 strikeouts, 36 walks with the Michigan State Spartans. Locking back into a 2-2 count, leading off the inning, 7-5 ball game facing off against the Braves. 2-2, curves inside, and the count runs full.
That's a major league take right there from Ryan McKay. Knowing the situation, scoots out of the way of that one. That's really, really critical.
Top of the ninth, McKay trying to set the table for those behind him. Payoff pitch. Hit back up the middle, and it gets into the outfield. Ryan McKay with a leadoff hit. We got a couple different arms warming up. Gavin Kelly's in left field. Logan Hughes over in right. So some options for both Bourne and Hyannis. But right now, the Braves are going to rock and roll with Logan Beavis. That's the second hit that he's allowed. First pitch to Schaffner, chopped down the right side. A leaping Lewis makes the grab, but has to get the out at first. So Schaffner with a productive first out. He moves McKay over, but was a mere inches away from having a hit.
And a Herculean grab at first from Cade Lewis. Just leaps up into the air and gloves that backhanded as well. Really impressive stuff, and like you said, productive out. Now the tying run coming to the plate with McKay at second.
And now back-to-back nights where Hyannis looks to tie it up in the ninth inning.
Jace Doby hits the first pitch right at the shortstop. Riker Waite checks on McKay, makes sure he doesn't go, and the throw hops over Lewis. Now McKay is going to take over for third, and Doby gets to move to second. And now McKay's going to come home. They give him home.
Instead of one out of play.
And so that is going to make this a one-run ball game. The tying run is in scoring position with Gabe Camacho coming up to the plate.
Just one of those games. Both sides, it's been sloppy. Something about Hyannis and Bourne playing each other this year almost brings out the worst in each other, but all of that's behind you. You just got to do whatever you can to win a baseball game.
Camacho plucked on the first pitch. He goes to first. Well, it didn't hurt him too bad. It was a breaking pitch, so he wore it like a champ and is going to first.
Now batting number 12, Jeff Lugie.
Brings up Jeff Lugie, arguably the hottest hitter for Hyannis, and it might lead to a pitching change.
And the guy that you want up at the plate.
Some movement over in the left field bullpen. No reach for the baseball yet. No one's throwing over there. They're going to keep rocking and rolling with Beavis, just trying to give him a chance to settle down.
Hasn't been all on him. You got the error on Riker Waite at short. The hit batsman, sure a miss from the pitcher. McKay tags him for a single on a 3-ball count, or rather a full count as well.
Jeff Lugie steps into the lefty's box. A ground rule double, a regular double, and a walk on the day, along with a ground out to first baseman Cade Lewis. First pitch taking on a breaking ball, 1-0 count.
It looks like he's trying to go down in the zone to induce a 4-6-3. Luigi thought better of it.
One-0. Check swing, fastball by him for a strike. Good response from Logan Beavis. McKay with a single. Schaffner moved him over to second with a chopper down the first base line. Jace Doby reaches second on an error. 1-1 sent down the left side, but foul. Moves a couple kids off the wall. It was tattooed down that side. Camacho at first, Doby at second. Top of the ninth, 7-6 lead for the Braves 1 out on the scoreboard. But a force out at every base. One-two to Luigi. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Luigi's first strikeout of the ball game, and it comes in a very important moment for the Bourne Braves.
Another wipeout breaking ball from Logan Beavis. Induced ground ball contact a bit with that in the 8th inning, first frame of work. Now a powerful hitter at the plate in Dayton LaChance.
LaChance, the last hope for Hyannis in this ball game at Doran Park. 7-6 Braves lead. He swings hard but cuts through the first pitch.
Try to send that to the football field in left center.
LaChance with 69 RBIs in 2025 with McLennan Community College. Trying to get his first of the Cape League season. 0-1, he fouls it straight back. And he's down 0-2. Logan Beavis 1 strike away from ending this ball game and handing Hyannis its second 1-run loss in as many days. LaChance 1 for 4 with a single all the way back in the 2nd inning. Got man on first and the man on second. The 0-2, swung on and missed. That's the game. Logan Beavis strikes out Jeff Luigi and Dayton LaChance to end the ball game and win it 7-6. Gio, another heartbreaker for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Back-to-back games with 1-run losses coming down to the 9th inning.
3 out of the last 4 have featured action in the 9th inning from Hyannis. It's proved to be too little, too late every single time, Graham. And look at the scoreboard of this. You trade scoreless frames through 2. The Braves scrape across 2 in that 3rd inning. And what is the deciding factor in it? Yeah, it's a home run, 2-run home run from Riker Waite to get it started. Lots of free passes dished out tonight by the Harbor Hawks. So the first time what seems like a while, yet with free passes or not, Graham, Bourne tagging them for runs, and it's another loss for the Hawks.
Yeah, Max, free passes, it was the name of the game. 8 walks, and your word of the day, which I think is absolutely correct, was uncompetitive. A lot of uncompetitive misses from the pitching staff.
Yeah, it was a really tough one because it was only just putting more pressure on Hyannis as a whole. If you're falling behind in at-bats, then you're going to want to leave one right over the plate just to try to get back in the strike zone. We see a guy hit that big 2-run home run, which ended up being a difference in this game. It all comes down to executing and just having pitches that will induce even the thought of a swing. And if you're just constantly missing up and away down in the dirt, you're putting yourself in a position to fail.
That's going to do it for us here at Doran Park. A 7-6 win for the Bourne Braves. Tomorrow, Hyannis right back on the road again, going to Veterans Field to take on Chatham, a team that they tied back in June. So they're trying to get that win that Chatham couldn't quite give to them back a month ago. But for my partners, Giovanni Collada and Max Schwartzberg, for our entire production crew, Daniel Bottolino, Charlie Adams, and Sam Montag, and then our sideline reporters, Sam Montag, Ethan Wax, and Ava Fernandez. I'm Graham Nash saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
like